Something must be going on because I saw the intro again, like all of it. So that was.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you finally made God happy, Brock.
I don't know.
Maybe.
One thing
Maybe
I can
you've
tell.
been a good enough Christian.
I don't want to go religious on this podcast, but the amount of times I've heard people use "be a good enough Christian" and not understand how stupid of a statement that is. Like, I understand we are using it in a joking manner. But when I hear people go, man, I've been a good enough Christian, why aren't good things happening to me?
Are you though?
It's not to quote Han Solo, that's not how the Force works!
That's not how Jesus works!
It's like, I'm sorry, buddy. I know a lot of good Christians that have had bad shit happen to them, and I've known a lot of bad people that live great lives. Sorry to tell you. There is a shirt I did see of that at a Skillet concert. I don't remember whose table it was, but it said that's not how faith works, and it was like a redo of Han Solo at the bottom.
Oh God.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, it was awesome. I love it. Oh, all right. So we are back. What a great start to the show. Yeah, it can be. So we are here. We're ready for another podcast. We are 8 away from 100 episodes of this podcast. That is
crazy.
Kind of terrifying.
Insane.
We've witnessed the rise of Noah Centineo in the pace of this podcast.
Oh, we have.
Alrighty, so
You should call me.
Call me maybe.
He should come on the podcast.
That's why I want him to call me, so that I can convince him to come on the podcast with us.
The one podcast that'll get everyone
The
talking.
one podcast that will, yes, absolutely.
That's all we want. All right.
Imagine if it was April Fool's and we did a whole like
the thing with the April Fools would be, we'd be like, guys,
we did Centenaioing out.
we got Noah Centineo, and then we do the entire podcast, never even talk, and like, this is somehow if we got him. We would never even talk about it. We would never mention it. And not until the very last portion of the podcast where we talk about our social media handles, we will go through everyone. I would think bring Noah in just to be like, yeah, my next movie's this and this. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. And shut the podcast off. They'd be like, what? He was there?
That would be as much a disappointment for me as well. I would be sitting in the cuck chair over there, man.
Oh God.
I just can't picture the fact that we've done probably, since it's been a joke, 40 podcasts, and we would finally get him, and then only have him for the goodbye sign out and then leave.
It'd be amazing, honestly.
It would be.
You know what we should do? This is like the more realistic option. Have you ever seen like those graduation face cutouts?
Yeah.
We just order one Noah, and then frog eyes under the chair and puppeteers him.
What I would want to know, what I'd want to do actually, have you guys seen the old live via satellites from Conan O'Brien?
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Yeah, if I could get the mouth movement thing proper, I would piss myself laughing at those. They were so fun. That whatever guy they had that did Arnold Schwarzenegger was some of the funniest shit I've seen in my entire
ducks.
I mean,
I won Mr. Universe from lifting my popo.
I mean, we just get a really bad green screen and just put like a hole in it, and Brock could just line up.
I'm just remembering. There was a scene where the guy that would impersonate Arnold wore a fake gap in his teeth because Arnold Schwarzenegger had one. And he was talking so loudly that it disappeared, and he goes, "Oh no, I've swallowed my gap."
Oh no!
There. Oh man, like, not to bring up politics, but there's a great episode of that when gay marriage was being legalized. The Arnold Schwarzenegger part of that is one of the funniest things I've heard in my entire life. Now I'm having a gay old time. Oh, if anybody wants a good half an hour of just pissing themselves laughing, I miss Conan O'Brien as a talk show host so much.
Same.
Nobody comes close. Like,
Yeah.
I like Stephen Colbert, but I preferred it when he was on the Colbert Report.
Well, yeah, because, I mean, he was basically like a hybrid, you know, his character was, you know, Bill Riley and like Sean Hannity. But like the funniest thing is that people thought he was sincere for years. And I will say, again, not to get political, but the White House Correspondents' Dinner that he did with George W. Bush is still one of the fucking funniest things that's ever happened.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. All right. We are going to talk about our weeks here before we get into stuff. Mike, buddy, what'll happen with you?
What happened?
Yeah, you're probably wondering why I'm wearing shades
Because your
right
future's
now.
so bright, you gotta wear shades, right?
Yeah, Mike's ascended to his final form.
Yeah, the reason why is because this.
Oh,
It looks like
dude.
Sid from Ice Age.
Wait, it does, doesn't it?
It kind of
Oh my
does.
God.
It kind of does. So what happened?
Honestly, I wish the story was more exciting, but literally, I think the glasses just gave out. Because I've had that same pair for almost 10 years now.
Holy shit.
Oh, wow.
But apparently the last time they just like fell from my bedstand, that was it. That was the end.
When you said
Wow.
they gave out, I was picturing you just put them on and they went...
No, that happened after we tried to like
Harry
tape
Potter.
it together with like electrical tape. Like it held out for a little bit, but then I guess just because of the humidity, they just kind of went.
Oh, yeah. Humidity will do that.
That aside, I had a pretty good weekend. Some family came in from out of town. Took my dad to see The Odyssey.
Nice.
So that was my second time. Still, like, probably the best movie I've seen all year.
Nice.
So overall, I had a good weekend. Glasses aside.
Glasses. Bree?
Well, Elfie's below me now, but Elfie's still recovering, but she has her boot off, so that's good. Just been crazy working, still trying to find time for gaming. My bones and my screenplay are really close to being done. And, I recorded a new Lake Crap that's out. I wish the movie was better, but, the 3 Dev Adam
No, you
reviews
don't.
out. Oh no, I wish this movie was more atrocious. I wish, you know, the highlight of it wasn't death by guinea pig and the Mr. Roger puppets coming in randomly during a sex scene. But honestly, the thing that I'm most excited for this week hasn't happened yet. So this weekend, for like my kind of like birthday episode of Lake Crap, I'm forcing Gio to watch Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Lord.
Because I'm like, I'm
Good
gonna
luck.
make you watch a Broadway musical. Like, some way, somehow, this is going to happen.
You just went to be
Vaya
like, hey,
con Dios, my
so
friend.
there's a Spider-Man movie coming next week. Not the one you're thinking.
But I mean, we totally plan our episodes to be like that. Like, it's just coincidentally. But yeah.
Do you want to explain that, Bree? Umbreon's never heard of it.
Oh. So,
Oh,
Umbreon, what musician do you think of when you hear of Spider-Man?
Ignorance is bliss, Umbreon.
All right. I mean, what do you think? Like, Hans Zimmer, you know, Michael Giacchino, Danny
Chad
Elfman.
Kroger.
Mm-hmm.
You know
The
what
guy
I think
from
of?
Saliva.
But you know what I think of? Like, who's the most spideriest Spider-Man, you know, musician of all time? Bono and the Edge.
Bono.
Yep.
It combined with, before the lawsuit happens, the
Natural.
lady who directed The Lion King, Julie Taymor. You know, someone with a Shakespeare background. You know, something that works for The Lion King, but doesn't really work at all for Spider-Man.
You're saying that Hamlet doesn't work with Spider-Man?
No, it does not. But we're probably going to watch 2.0, which is the quote-unquote official version, but there are some side... By the way, yeah, there's a version 1 and version 2 of this musical with the comparison. So sadly, I couldn't find a good enough version of the one where Arachne, yes, actually the Greek spider god, is trying to fuck Spider-Man. So...
Is it worse? I have not seen either. He's asking if it's worse or better than Spider-Man Lotus.
We don't.
It is better that
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider-Man Lotus. I talk about. I'm not going to show like the music because I don't want to get Man, Green Goblin. Just to be aware of like turn off the dark. Okay. All right. Oh, here's. All right, here's a good shot. Okay, let me just share the old screener review. All right. So the Sinister Six is in this musical, and here's Norman Osborn himself.
Mm-hmm. Here's the worst part. I'm gonna be honest with you. That photo, the one like third row, second from the click on that one.
All right, hold on. The third row, this one right here.
No. The one next to the one with text. Down.
Okay. This one right here?
Click on that one. You know how people, just because we don't know how to make comparators, say that Oscar Isaacs in Apocalypse looks like Ivan Ooze, even though he doesn't because he's not even purple, he's blue? That looks like Ivan Ooze, but green.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, and there's inflatables. It's just this whole thing, like,
also, put more respect on Spider-Man Unlimited's Green Goblin. That cartoon was awesome, and y'all let it die. I can see he's right there.
But
yeah, I see it.
When it gets off, if you have 5 minutes, search on YouTube, like David Letterman, Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark. I think it's Freak Like Me.
Did you just get a Boston accent? Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark.
No, it's probably my Philadelphia and Long Island accent slowly merging into one. Maybe a little bit of British.
Turn off the dock.
The dock. It really comes out when I'm drinking. You know what I mean, guys?
Good job by the harbor. That reminds me of, quick before we go to Mike, that Nick Apostolides, the guy who voices Leon ever since the RE2 remake, said that they had to change a line in the RE2 remake because he could not get the Boston out of his accent to make the line happen, and the directors were getting pissed at him. There's a line in the thing where he's talking to Ada, and he's like, "That's why I joined the force, was to help people like this." Originally it was, "That's why I became a cop." But his Boston accent would not let him not say, "This is why I became a cop." Like, he could not say cop normally.
Oh, no.
I became a
co-op.
That's after I saw the interview. I'm like, I want Leon Kennedy Boston accent edition.
Yes, we do.
Oh my
God, yes.
Where's everybody going? Bingo?
Bango.
That was the worst Boston accent I've ever done in my life.
Harbor.
The harbor.
Down at the harbor. Down
Get
the
my
Green
khakis.
Goblin.
You don't know if
we
I'm
got
talking
Electro.
about the pants or my keys to my car.
Yeah, this is more long. We got Electro. We got Venom. We got the Sinister Six. We got all that. We got all that shit.
Good God.
But yeah, this
the
should
best
be
version of the Sinister Six.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, where they're literally like inflatable costumes.
They're wearing
the lizard inflates. I can't wait for it. So I might not have a voice next week. So it's my week.
It's all good. All right. Kiona.
A little bit of a mixed bag this week, not gonna lie, but yeah. So started out okay. Like, I would say the previous week has been pretty decent. Caught up with X-Men 97. I actually liked the last 2 episodes, the last 3 actually. So I think season 2 is getting more on the it's becoming more of what I wanted from the show, so that's kind of nice.
Nice.
And then what else? I still haven't seen the Odyssey yet. I have to get on that. And yeah, I mean today's been a little bit of a downer because I have been on Twitter doing the stuff, posted some animation episodes too, which was kind of nice for the website.
Twitter's not a
And
Appreciate that, by the way.
Oh yeah, sure, no problem. I mean, it was just nice to do something for the website again. It's been a while. And then I noticed that when I was browsing Twitter after that, I noticed that like there's been something of an exodus of content creators away from Destiny, so that made me feel kind of down after that because Dado's quitting and Fallout maybe is going to be looking into other things, and also then Paul Tassi, who's been covering Destiny for Forbes for a long time.
Oh, wow.
He's like, yeah, this is pretty much it. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just complicated week for me personally.
Here you go, buddy.
But that could all be solved if Noah Centineo calls me.
Mhm.
That could all be solved.
It's gotta happen.
Noah can walk on water. He can save the world. He is the Avatar.
You can.
What's up,
You
Pringle?
need to know.
Oh, we
Oh,
talked
geez.
about the Avatar
Hi,
today. Friggin' Umbreon had a near lapse of sanity, like exploded in my comments as soon as he watched it. He'll have some opinions when we start talking about that. So I actually had a pretty uneventful week, except like you don't know how to explain to someone what depression feels like.
Mhm.
Like it's hard to explain. Like I've had depression, like legitimate. I couldn't leave my room because I felt like I wanted to blow my brains out. Depression, and I've been pretty okay for the longest time. And I don't know if I've ever said it plainly on this podcast, but I have dysthymia, but they don't call it that anymore. They call it persistent depressive disorder, where it's basically you have like a low hanging version of depression basically during your entire life. It just takes
Yep.
not as much to kick it in. And I had the first thing that brought me into genuine depression this weekend. Now, I will say I got taken out of it pretty quickly because of the person involved in this. Those that somehow don't know, one of my first cosplay I ever did, and probably my best cosplay in my opinion, is my Nero from DMC5. And for like 4 years, I've been wanting to get an upgraded version of my Red Queen, which is the sword he uses that's got like a motorcycle throttle in it. And I've wanted to get a new one, because my original one has seen some better days, and it's starting to get to a condition where it's not going to be usable for long without some serious repair done on it, and I'm not talented like that. And now I'm finally going to get to meet Johnny, the voice of Nero, this upcoming November. So my plan was to have it signed and retire it and like hang it up. And so I was like, there's no point fixing it. I want the wear and tear to be on it because it'll look cooler that way. So I ordered right around this time last year, or actually earlier than that last year, I ordered a new one to be made by this girl, this cosplayer named Willow Creative. I'm not sure where she's from originally. I'd have to ask on her accent, but she lives in Florida now, so she's not from around the United States originally. But it ended up being more intense than what she thought it was going to be, because like all the exhaust ports on it light up and it makes a sound effect and all that, and it revs so that like that there's a break and everything. She's like, there's a lot more like hand-in-hand actual work to go with this, so it took her forever to get into it. She had a lot smaller cosplays and finally got to it. And the thing got to my house this weekend, and when I see the box, I can see that the tip of the blade is busted through the top of the box. And the middle of the blade, there's a crack around the entire 3D print of it, around the entire middle of it.
No.
And something got fucky with the programming of the lighting of the LEDs that she put throughout the entire thing. So basically a year and a half of me waiting for this thing almost went down the shitter. And I literally shut down. I had made food before this was going to go. I did not eat the food. I didn't realize that I didn't even touch it. The full pizza just sat on my counter, never touched it. And I just completely shut down and didn't leave my room for like a day-long period. Like, I didn't eat. I didn't do nothing. I was just like, I've waited so long for this. Needed this exactly how it was going to be for this, because I had this picture in my head of everything I was going to do with Johnny for the picture of the table, everything. Just went away. I'm like, I've been waiting on this moment since 2019. It was finally going to happen, and it just got fucked. And I sent pictures back to Willow. I'm like, I know there's no way you did this on purpose. I just got mangled in the whatever. I'm like, is there any way you could help me? Didn't hear from her for like a 12-hour period. I'm like, I'm so fucked. There's no way this is getting fixed. I just wasted an obscene amount of money getting this done, and it's screwed. And you messaged me back. She's like, sorry, I had stuff going on. I'm sending you a print label. You're sending that back to me. I'm fixing all of it and making a foam insert and sending it back to you. Like, what I owe you? She's like, you don't owe me a damn thing. I do free reorders on anything that's damaged in shipping. Like, are you fucking serious? She's like, yeah, absolutely. Like, will I get it back by November? She's like, I'll have this back to you in the latest 2 weeks. Like, are you fucking serious? He goes, absolutely, that ain't your fault. It's not your fault that they mangled it, and you paid money for it, so I'm getting it back to you. I'm like, okay, and she printed it. I had it out that afternoon, and it still fucking sucked, but got that fixed. So yeah. I patiently wait for my child.
Yeah, I didn't realize, because I follow on Instagram, I didn't realize that Red Queen that she posted was yours.
Yeah! That was mine! That was my baby that she was quite proud of and openly admitted was a giant pain in her ass to make, but she was quite proud of it. Yeah, that one was mine. Which originally she made it. It was like a foot and a half shorter than that, and then I messaged her because I saw her print it. Originally, I'm like, I saw her pick it up, and I know she's like a foot shorter than me, so when I saw her pick it up, I'm like, I don't mean to be a jerk and tell me if this is overstepping because you're the one creating it, but that sword is supposed to be just shy of 6 feet tall. And she goes, oh. Alright, I just gotta redo the proportions. We can make that work. She's like, you're gonna have to pay more in shipping. I'm like, I don't care. I need this sword to be that long. She just laughs. She goes, alright, she's gonna be a big old girl then. I'm like, do I owe you for the extra print? She goes, that's negligible. No, you're fine. I'm like, you are too good of a person. Like, holy shit. But anyway, so yeah, that happened. Outside of that, my fucking brain just went. I like mowed my lawn, and that was about it. Yeah, I wanted to watch a lot more Fire Force, but that fucking just whole depressive stint just fucking shut me down completely. So that sucked. But yeah, outside of trying to survive Twitter finding topics for this podcast, which was a fucking challenge this weekend. Because when I tell you, I've never in my life witnessed some of the most bullshit I need a pity party shit in my entire life. Like, we're not going to bring it up on this podcast, but the fakest shit I've seen in my entire life is going now. And I wish people would just shut up because it is turning people against what was genuinely a good thing to ask for. And we all need to realize we need to shut the fuck up. Because it's getting to the point of where it's just straight up harassment, and it's not even about video games anymore. I love it. Anyway, so we're going to get on to our topics at hand here, and I wish I could just program that in every time. Okay, so let's get to our topics here. Mike, buy or sell that Mike Flanagan is now writing the live-action Warhammer 40k series for Amazon, and Henry Cavill remains involved.
I buy this because anytime that Mike Flanagan does a television series, he usually knocks it right out of the park.
Man's good at his job.
And the fact that Henry Cavill is still involved means he actually likes this this update in the creative team.
Yeah, if Henry Cavill dropped out, I'd just be like, cool, I'm not watching it. Because, what are we even doing? Bree, buy or sell that YouTube and Universal have signed a deal to bring Peacock to all YouTube Premium subscribers at no extra cost. It will cost $15.99 a month for, I would assume that's what YouTube Premium costs. I don't have it.
Yeah, that's what YouTube Premium, I think the basic bitch version of it costs, which I still won't pay for, just out of, principle. But
I can handle an advert.
I mean, this kind of makes sense because if you're already a Xfinity like internet or cable subscriber, you already get Peacock Premium anyway.
Mhm.
So this is just getting people more in their ecosystem. What I am curious about is Comcast plans to spin off NBC Universal in the next year or so. So I'm kind of curious how that kind of plays all into it.
I don't either. And here's the question. Because I don't use it enough, but I still do use it to watch AW. Do you get anything YouTube Premium wise if you have YouTube TV?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's
Because
actually a good
YouTube
question.
TV is because YouTube TV is just basically YouTube's version of Hulu Live,
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
along with like NFL, Sunday Ticket and whatever.
Just always wondered about that. I don't use it as often. Yeah. But,
Yeah.
alright. Kiona, buy or sell that Brad Bird seemingly confirms that Incredibles 3 won't age up the family. People keep thinking that aging them up is going to make them somehow hipper and cooler or make me like them. It's not like that. It's like, no, it won't.
Sell.
You want them to be aged up?
Yeah. Character growth. Age them up.
Like at least maybe like 5 years. Like I'm not saying make like Dash and Violet adults, but because I'm pretty sure like Violet's still in like middle school. Like at least make them like high school age.
I think that's.
I think
that's
that
what
they
he
should age
means.
them up.
I think he does. This is me totally spitballing. I think what he means by age up is make them like adults with kids.
Oh no, don't do that. But I mean,
yeah,
like,
Again,
Oh, yeah,
I could be
no.
100% wrong. I'm assuming
Yeah.
what he means.
I mean, I wouldn't say that, but I mean, like, give them a couple years at the most. Like have some time passing in between
What was
shows.
the?
Otherwise,
What
you're
was
gonna be
the?
stuck in the Simpsons thing where
What
like
was
they
the-
just don't grow.
What was the time difference between
Nobody
1 and
changes.
Do you read one,
I don't know.
2, 14 years.
2? No, I mean like in the continuity. What?
No, it was like immediately afterwards.
It was immediately after. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, because they started
I
the
just
movie
felt like
fighting,
Jack
the Underminer. So no,
Yeah,
literally
I felt
like
Jack was older.
Yeah, for some reason I thought it was at least a year or two because it felt like Jack was older. But okay. Anyway.
No.
All right. It was
Well, I guess they're just gonna. To me, because the reason why I say this is because, like, if you don't show some kind of change going on in the lives of the characters and stuff, if you keep them all the same age, it's just gonna, like, you're just gonna be relying on the same gimmick the entire time. That's what
I
happened to
know.
The Simpsons over like 30 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's just the reason why the humor and the characters have not been allowed to grow is because they've just kept them the same the whole time, which is fine if you want it to be evergreen, but at the same time, it's hamstringing your writers and it's making
Especially
it so
since
that
it's a
they can't
superhero
change.
movie. It's not like Toy Story where you can just make, they
Yeah.
go on another adventure. But you know what? Maybe Pixar likes the complacency because, boy howdy, they sure like letting a lot of people go and also still collecting California film tax credits the day after they do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like there should be at least some kind of time passing in between, especially since it's been a long time.
Even just like 5 years in universe would be better than
Yeah.
nothing.
Even, like, I'd settle for 2 to 3 years, something. I mean, some kind of thing where like the family's in a different place than it was before.
I would like to see Violet like go on a date. Like stuff like that.
That would be something to explore,
Or like just have Jack be a toddler.
Yeah, because I'm being a toddler. Yeah.
Yeah.
To say that it's not going to, that it won't do anything for like the audience to feel, because the audience has grown too.
Mhm.
So I think for him to say that definitely is like it's weird to me. I don't know. But I didn't really like Incredibles 2 as much as the first one at all. Like I thought it was actually a severe downgrade. But that's just me.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, I still think it was a good movie, but I think definitely, having them like split apart instead of coming together was like a weird creative choice.
Yeah.
That would be funny watching Jack go through puberty.
God, Mom! Just, literally his face is on fire. He has acne.
That would be funny. It like explodes like a volcano.
Yes.
Ay. All right. So we don't
Yeah,
have
fire soul patch.
yes. We don't have a lot for some days we have a lot for stupid as stupid does. Some days we don't. I'm going to be perfectly honest. And this is a problem that I've had for a while, but I've just found the peak exact example of why I hate that everyone is allowed to be a certified reviewer of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, Kiona.
Mm-hmm.
You are a fan of the Xbox brand. Well, you were. I don't know what your status is with them.
I mean, I'm okay with anything as long as they do good for the consumers.
Yeah.
That's what matters.
So,
yeah.
you were there, I'm going to assume had an original OG Xbox.
Yes.
Okay. You played Halo when it came out, I'm going to assume, yes.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You're playing Halo
First purchase.
Campaign.
I'm playing it now.
Right? Yeah.
Yes, I'm playing it now, yeah.
Cool. So, you would think that when you're judging the video game that you're playing,
yes,
you would judge it by the video game, right?
Yes, I would judge it by its own merits, as in what it is now and what the game is currently that I am playing. Such as I'm playing Campaign Evolved. I'm not playing the original Halo, but I am saying like there's a difference here between like what happened in the first game, what happened in this game. There's a difference here. We didn't have those big, huge flood guys coming at us like we do now in the original game, which is, it's fine. It's different. But
absolutely,
I'm not such a purist that I'll be like, everything has to be exactly the same.
Well, no, exactly. But you're judging it upon the merits of the thing you're playing on, but like taking it back as to what the cool. So when you do that, you wouldn't think that 70 respect. I won't lie, it was great playing Halo again when the frame rate wasn't tanking. But it's hard to not feel the franchise Xbox and everyone involved severely let down in recent years. We've had a new Halo game Infinite since 2015's Halo 5. Xbox has almost imploded due to years of mismanagement, resulted in thousands of employee layoffs. Microsoft remains on the BDS boycott, divest sanction list and connections upon a U.S. commission declared a genocide in Gaza, whereas Halo brought with it a promise of a new era of video games. This remake feels like it's part of a developed to make us feel good about the brands again. Nostalgia and reality of today have rarely clashed so heavily. Do you think you'd think about Gaza while you were playing Halo?
No. What? Wait a minute. Hold on.
So they're talking about Microsoft.
Expand this.
They're talking about Microsoft, not Xbox specifically.
Yeah.
Xbox has almost imploded due to years of mismanagement that resulted in thousands of employee layoffs, and Microsoft remains on the boycott, divest, sanction list in connection to what a UN commission declared a genocide in Gaza? I'm so confused.
Yep.
I'm so confused as to
as you should be.
What? What are you talking about?
This is what qualifies as a credited and able to be put on the internet to be taken seriously review.
I mean, you could make a post about that.
What is this? Respec? Yeah, you can make a post about that.
I mean, that would be normal.
Else.
That's not a review,
what is this
though.
Website?
No.
That's Metacritic, if I'm not mistaken.
But what is this website, though, that's called, respec.net? What the hell is this? Oh, it's the new one. Yeah. It's the new website that they just released.
Yeah.
Or that just...
It's basically the new Metacritic, but for games. And this is what we're getting. Why are you bringing up this kind of crap? Talk about the game. Why?
I don't know. Yeah, what?
Oh, Umbreon, did I ever show you? So that Halloween after that happened, I actually did a carved pumpkin of May making the face. if you know, it actually came out great. Because I had a hard time transferring it from 3D to 2D, but
yeah, this is what
I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with pointing out that Microsoft as a company's done a lot of fucking shitty things, and
it has
something like messaging in Halo is hypocritical, but that's not relevant
not
to a
you
review.
Bring up in your review in a point toward the end of the game.
That's a Twitter thread. Yeah, that's a completely different article on Microsoft themselves as opposed to the merits of this particular version of Halo.
Yes.
So I'm not against them bringing that up. I'm against them bringing it up in the review, or like if you want to make it like a footnote at the very end where you're saying like this is our stance or whatever, then you can do that. But like I don't understand why the hell they're bringing that up at the end of the review of Halo, because the rest of the review seems like a salient review, at least as far as what I can tell, just from
this seems like a straw man argument. I mean, what does that have to do?
Like, what does that have to do with the game itself, though?
The thing is, in my opinion, like, the only party actually talked about the game is that it's great when the frame rate isn't tanking. That's the literal only part of this review that talks about the game, and it's like 12 words.
Yeah,
the rest of this has nothing to do with the game.
Like, even this review, like, just in the content, it's just like a paragraph. Like, for a review, I would expect it at least, essay length, at least, 46 paragraphs.
Yeah.
Well, the review itself is a regular review. That's like, they pulled that as like the final paragraph of the review. But it's the final paragraph of it. But it's still like a weird thing to put on the aggregate site,
It's just...
And to have that in the article at all is just weird.
It's very weird.
Yeah, it just really feels out of place.
This is what you put in like an editorial, not like an actual review.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if they had put it in as a footnote, I would feel like better about it, but I just don't see what it has to do with the Halo game itself. Like
I don't either.
You're doing you're inserting in something that's kind of not related and then it's unnecessary. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I mean, I tend, like, you guys have read my reviews. I tend to write from a very personal perspective.
Yeah.
And, like, but it's focused on the game, though. Mm-hmm. Like, it's, it's all stuff that's related to the actual game that I'm playing, as opposed to it's my feelings on the characters, my feelings on the game, my feelings on, whatever. But I don't just, like, throw in, like, a random thing about how it's on a boycott, whatever list. Like, I don't know. It just seems weird. It's weird and it's unrelated. Like, don't do that.
It's very weird. All right.
In my opinion. And this guy's been writing, he said he wrote a review of the original Halo. So, like, this guy's been writing a long time. He should know better.
Should.
Yeah.
To quote Taz, shoulda, coulda, woulda, but you didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Taz.
I love him.
My favorite.
He's so good.
I love him too.
All right. On to legit gaming news now. Good amount of Resident Evil stuff here. Resident Evil 9 has now sold 8 million copies in 4 months.
Yeah, wow. I saw that. Holy crap.
That is the by far fastest tracking Resident Evil game ever.
And I think until, like, obviously GTA is going to blow it away later,
100%.
But it's
they've
like
sold that in pre-orders already.
Yeah, but right now it's like the highest selling game of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone knew it was going to sell well. I don't think anyone knew it was going to sell that well.
No.
I don't think so either.
No, it's just, it's good. That's all it takes to be. It's kind of crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's such a great game, too. It really deserves 100%. All of the attention and all of the success.
100%. I still wish Jill was in it, but it's a good game.
Same. Yeah. I wish Jill was in it, too.
That's what part that, like, nobody gets about my complaints. Like, I bitched up and down. Claire is a legitimate complaint. Claire's legit. Fucking crazy that Claire isn't even mentioned by name in that game.
Oh, yeah.
But,
absolutely.
Like, I complained up and down that it would have made more sense for Jill to be in it, and it still does, but it doesn't mean it was a bad game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And what's crazier is after 15 years, Resident Evil 5 is no longer the highest selling entry in Capcom's survival horror series, with 2019's Resident Evil 2 Remake now taking the crown at 19.75 million copies sold.
Jesus.
Wow.
That game is going to reach 20 million copies sold in no time.
Yeah, well. I didn't even know that RE5 was the highest selling entry.
It was. Really? That because it came right after 4 when the hype train was through the roof. And then it dipped. Yeah. Like if 5, like I still to this day think 5 gets a lot more shit than it should.
5 is not that bad.
5 is not that bad, but it got caught up in that whole controversy of this is so racist because it had the villages and whatever. If that would have kept up and it didn't have that in it, and then 6 would have been even better, 6 would have sold ungodly amounts of copies. It still did,
Mhm.
but it would have sold more. Now at 17.5 million copies sold as of 6/30, it has surpassed Monster Hunter Rise to become the second best-selling Capcom game ever.
That's impressive.
Nice. Very
And
nice.
it will shortly become the first Resident Evil game to surpass 20 million units sold. So now, it is officially
That's
the
awesome.
best-selling Resident Evil game. It is the best-selling remake of all time, and it is the best-selling horror game of all time.
Well
That's
fucking deserved, if you ask
Fucking
me.
crazy.
I
That
mean,
game was so good.
I mean, that's crazy that, like, I mean, in modern metrics, it makes sense, but it's still crazy that it actually outsold the original game it was based on.
And fast. All right, now the one that shocked the fuck out of me. Resident Evil series has overtaken Final Fantasy as the number 3 best-selling Japanese video game series ever, only behind Mario and Pokemon. Resident Evil has sold 213 million. Final Fantasy at 212.
I'm
Holy
not-
shit.
I'm not shocked that it overtook Final Fantasy, because I know the last few years
am.
they've been struggling.
They have been struggling,
have.
but like, how many different versions of fucking Final Fantasy are there?
Yeah, there's like a shit ton of Final Fantasies as well, so.
Like, I believe we went over this at one point.
I know it's crazy. I think as a franchise, Final Fantasy's been going on, like, nearly a decade longer than Resident Evil, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Most
kind-
definitely. Probably a little over that.
All right. So, Mario, 893.5 million. Tetris, 520 million. Pokemon, 515. The fucking gap between Mario and Pokemon is crazy. Call of Duty, 500 million. Grand Theft Auto, 470 million. That's gonna jump to number 5 after the end of this year. Minecraft, 400 million. FIFA, 325. That shocks me. That's that low. Assassin's Creed, 250. Resident Evil could catch up with Assassin's Creed. That's fucking insane.
That's
Wow.
insane.
And then Final Fantasy at 212. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, now
Really cool.
I'm going to tell you guys about how stupid people can be when they hear something versus something they've experienced for their entire lives.
Mhm.
Are we ready how people's
I'm
brains don't
not
work until
surprised.
they're told they should not like something?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
Tell us, bro.
so Capcom producer Masachika Kawada
Kawata, yeah.
confirmed in this dynamic in an interview with Games Informer. Kawada explained that in attempting to develop a brand new mainline Resident Evil entry every single year would be the exceptionally difficult undertaking for the development teams, and alternating mainline releases with full remakes of the classic titles like 2, 3, 4, and the upcoming Code Veronica helps Capcom maintain a steady release cadence while giving teams space to refine their skills in development. Basically, they're
Makes
coming out
sense.
and saying that from now on, they want a Resident Evil game to come out every year, alternating between remakes and currents.
Right.
Being able to revisit their older games and remake them helps Capcom meet the good old releasing Resident Evil title each year, but it also allows the team to continuously challenge themselves and hone their craft. That's not to say the remakes are less important. In fact, they're just as important as the mainline titles. Proof arguably is in the pudding with Resident Evil Requiem, a game that managed to marry the tight and sweat-inducing first-person horror of Resident Evil 7 with an RE8 with the bloody third-person horror action of Capcom's recent remade titles. Capcom is lucky enough to have found this cycle and can continue to provide us with the financial resources to create these new entries in the Resident Evil series and completely new IP like Pragmata. Because when the money cow keeps on coming from Resident Evil, you can spend it on everything else and give them 3 more years to make a game they want to, like they did with Pragmata. So that's a relationship there. Of course, the well of old Resident Evil games will eventually run dry, and Capcom could remake the first game and then redeem Resident Evil 5 and 6 for sure, but at some point, it'll need to start making multiple original Resident Evil games simultaneously should the company want to keep up this cadence. And now, in short, the reliable revenue from remaking beloved fan favorites gives Capcom the financial cushion to create creative risks and brand new original titles like Pragmata and bring up there. That was my own note. So, sounds like good news, right? Did we just talk about how good RE9 was?
Yes, we did.
Did we just talk about how good RE2 was?
Yep.
Yes,
So, I'm going to bring up a little stat for you guys. This dropped And I put on my Twitter at, let's see if I can even get that to load on here. Twitter. I put on my Twitter. Where is it? My God, where is it? I made a post saying that watch people take this news. I don't know the exact wording because I have to get back to it, but it was essentially watch people take this news and be upset with it. That was essentially what it's going to be. And I basically said, watch people take this news and they're going to be upset with it and say that it's going to get ruined because they're making Resident Evil go annual.
Mm.
Hey,
I think they have a pretty good plan.
They have a pretty good plan. Do you know why I think it's a pretty good plan? And why I knew people were going to be stupid when they actually don't know what they're talking about? When they get told out loud that Resident Evil is going to be going annual, when in reality, that sumbitch has been annual outside of 2 years since 2017.
This is
And
true.
every year they went, wow, another great Resident Evil game. Wow, another great Resident Evil game. And they go, man, it's great. We're getting them like every year. Capcom announces, we're going to make a Resident Evil game continuing every year from now on. They're going to fucking ruin it. They're going to come out of regret. They're not going to have time. They're not going to be able to put the creative juices in to make good games. Resident Evil 9 was really great, though. But these games are going to fucking suck. Man, I really loved RE7. They're going to ruin it if they do. And then the stupidity of it where it's, well, you just can't make an RE game in a year. That's impossible. They'll be ruined. They've had teams of multiple thousands of people spending 4 years and 5 years at a crack making Resident Evil games since 2017. That's how you can make them. That's how it works. You hear one a year and your brain just goes, it's gonna be Assassin's Creed! No, because they don't care at Ubisoft!
Yeah, that's a big difference. And also, I'm assuming Capcom also has, like, you know, some, like, support studios helping, too.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
They have, just at their main studio, they have over 5,000 employees. On top of the new headquarters they're building across the street, that could hold another 1,000. On top of the 2 to 3, which I think actually might be 4 now support studios, they have anywhere between 5,000 to 7,000 employees. Need I remind you again? Everyone's like, well, they're not going to have time. What if the game's not going good? They're just going to rush it out to get one out a year. They literally gave the team behind Pragmata 3.5 extra years.
Because they can afford to.
Yeah. But because they were told out loud one a year, their brains turned off.
Yeah.
Well, because I guess everyone assumes that it's like CD Projekt Red and, like, you know, what happened with Cyberpunk. But the thing is, it's like
Cyberpunk wasn't a one a year. That was we took 16 years and it was sucky.
I know, but, like, my point is that that's still, like, one studio. Like, one small, you know, studio for only a couple hundred devs, I'm assuming.
Well, it's up there, though. But here's the thing with CD Projekt Red that a lot of people don't like to realize. Every game they release is kind of shit at first. And then becomes really good. Cyberpunk was just the worst example of that.
Yep.
And that now, as you brought up, now every time someone hears something they don't like, they go, this is going to be another Cyberpunk, when they don't actually know what they're saying. Cyberpunk was a fucking 11 out of 10 game stuck in a 5 out of 10 state.
Yes. Yeah.
Just because a game looks like it's rushed doesn't mean it's going to be Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk was a Lamborghini that just didn't have an engine in it. Most rush games are Buick Sentries that have all the tires popped and no gas tank. There's a difference.
They had a hard out, which was the release date. They couldn't move the release date, and we got what we got until they fixed it eventually.
They had to get government funding to finish the game.
Yeah.
And, like, be put under actual governmental contract to finish the game.
And they did delay, but I remember them delaying it at at points, but it's just like after a while you're gonna hit that hard wall.
Yeah.
So-
It's just, I just wish people, and then the worst part was, I got into the comments of some of these. I'm like, why do you think it's going to get ruined if they do one a year? He's like, well, every studio that does one a year does that. I'm like, have you played all the Resident Evil games? He's like, yeah, I've been playing since 4. Like, did you notice that they've had a yearly releases since 2017 with the exception of 2024 and 2025? ... Oh yeah, I guess you got a point. I should trust them.
And probably that delay was because COVID happened, so they were farther back in dev.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The funniest part about COVID, and I mean game wise, is the fact that in the middle of COVID is when Resident Evil 3 dropped, and the intro of that game is talking about an outbreak and shutting down the town.
I remember that. I remember playing it when it first came out. It was right
And
around
like-
the time.
And it's like,
Do you want
that aged poorly.
Do you want to know the worst part? The worst part about the Resident Evil-dom. The Resident Evil 6 that everyone hates.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that the lab where the coronavirus is roughly believed to have come out of is from a lab in Wuhan, China. Do you guys know what the symbol of that lab in Wuhan, China is?
Oh my god, is it something near
umbrella.
identical to Umbrella Corp?
It is the Umbrella Corps logo, but green.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
We're living in a simulation.
Yeah, it's literally the exact logo, but lime green, essentially. And Resident Evil 6... want to see if I can... Yeah, it's right here. I found it. It took me a second, but I found it. Screen share. It's literally just the fucking...
Oh my God.
Wow.
It's literally just it. That's the lab that the virus got out of. Now, what I'm bringing it up with RE6 is, RE6 is kind of the one that, pseudo-killed RE to where it had the heart reset. RE6 takes place in China. Partially. Do you know what the virus was called?
I'm afraid. I'm afraid of the answer.
It is called the C virus.
Oh no. Capcom's
And-
like, we didn't want this publicity.
And it is an airborne lung infection virus.
Oh no.
The coincidence of it is wild. But anyway, so we've got a little bit of Xbox stuff here. Today, Xbox will begin public test that enables Xbox insiders to stream select games from their libraries at no added cost and no subscription required through a new ad-supported option. Our overall goal is simple: give players more affordable options to play. The goal at this public test is to see how players use ad-supported streaming to listen to their feedback. As we experiment, we are going to clear about our principles as we hold an ad-supported experiences. We start with the player. Ads should create value. We do not interrupt the flow of gameplay. We hold ads at the same quality bar as our content. We are clear about what is an ad. We make sure the ads fit the player expectation of each platform. In short, this is my own note, Xbox is giving you the option to stream a game you own now, but with extra bonus of ads.
Mm-hmm.
And am I being cynical here to think that that's weird that they're giving you an option to stream your own games, but putting ads on them?
Yeah, that does sound kind of strange.
Like,
Yeah,
if it wasn't your own games, I would get it.
Yeah, if it was like a tier of games that you get off of Game Pass or
Yeah.
something and with no subscription required, then I would be like, okay, that makes sense.
I mean, that's
But we're-
assuming that you can actually access your games because
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know that happened.
But yeah, that on their side it even affected disc-based games on that side. That was fucking crazy.
That's
But-
crazy.
But
yeah.
why? And maybe this is coming from, I don't have my fucking portal with me. I can stream games that I own through that portal. And it's just whatever. It's just dependent on the Wi-Fi signal of where you at. Outside of greed, because
Mhm.
ads, what is the point of offering an ad-based tier to stream your own games?
So are they talking about? Yeah, are they talking about cloud based?
I don't know if it's cloud-based because they never got into it, but it just basically was you have the option to stream
Because
your
it says
own
stream,
games.
select games from their library. So right now, okay. The funny thing is that I was kind of looking into something similar to this because I was like, how could I play Halo 5? Like, is there a way to play it on PC? And there doesn't seem to be one. But
is there
then
really not a way
like,
to play it on PC?
because
I don't
Halo
think
5,
so.
yeah, Halo 5 is Xbox One only. Or, Xbox One, and I guess you can play it on Series if you have the Game Pass. But, like...
Weird. I did not know that. Okay.
So, maybe this is what this is for, because, like, I was looking into that, because I had found somebody posted in Steam, in one of the Steam discussion forums, that like, you can actually do that by streaming it to your PC, because it's on your account, but you need a Game Pass subscription to do that. So, perhaps this is, like, them saying that, like, you can do that, but with ads, and it'll be free? Maybe that's what they're saying, because that's like the one game that I would possibly try that for, because I can't play it normally natively on a PC.
You can't buy it through PC Game Pass?
No, you can't. No. They don't have it.
So, okay.
That was the one Halo game that they never ported to PC.
Is that like that with any other Xbox exclusive?
No. It's just from Halo because of the response to Halo 5. They never ported it to PC, and it's not part of the Master Chief Collection, and they act like it doesn't exist.
I was about to say, that opens a big can of worms if I was going to ask you if there's other exclusives you can't get through Xbox,
At least
through PC Game Pass, but...
Yeah, I don't think that... I haven't seen that with any other game. I think it's just that one in terms of, like, their big games, but because all the Gears of War games, you can pretty much, go ahead and play on PC and like, everything else. Why would you want to play Halo 5? I don't know. Maybe I'm just going through the entire franchise.
I didn't know that.
Also, I miss Blue Team, damn it.
I mean, I understand that, like,
Yeah.
Wasn't the advertising, like, a giant lie?
It was. The advertising made it seem so much cooler than the game.
Well, like, even plot
because the advertising made it seem like you were hunting Chief.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like Hunt the Truth. It was a full on, like, they did podcasts. They got guys like Keegan Michael Key to do voices on these things. Like they got like an all-star cast.
But I guess they went the full L
And it
route. You
amounted
sit on a throne of lies.
Yeah, it amounted to nothing.
Yeah, which I won't say that Xbox is the only one guilty of this. Which Killzone was that?
Oh,
it's not exactly the same exact thing. Killzone, it might have been 2. They showed it at, I want to say E3. They showed a cut scene, the trailer, the cut scene, and then said it was gameplay when it clearly wasn't.
They said it was gameplay, and it looked like gameplay because at the time, when people did trailers like this, they didn't show the first person perspective with like the gun and everything.
Yeah.
They would show it like, even for first person shooters, they would show you if it was a CGI thing, it would just be like, oh, there's a bunch of soldiers and they're all fighting each other and there's no first person view stuff. And then when we saw it all like with the gun in camera and first person, and it seemed like it was actual gameplay.
Yep.
We all thought it was real for like, a millisecond before you could actually tell that it wasn't.
Yeah, the worst one though is Colonial Marines. Like, they're never topping.
Oh god, yeah.
Like that resulted in a class action lawsuit.
Dude, don't get me started on how Halo Infinite is the biggest fuck off to Halo 5. Like, okay, may I do a tangent real quick?
Go right ahead.
So,
we don't got as much this week, so go right ahead.
So here's the thing with Halo 4, right? I loved Halo 4, actually. I thought gameplay-wise, maybe not so great, but in terms of the narrative was really good. Because it's like, the death of Cortana. That was interesting. Yeah. I liked that they were doing something, a little bit narratively, like, a little bit more ambitious there. And really leaning into the whole relationship with Cortana and Chief. And so I thought that was interesting. And it's like seeing Cortana just basically break down. Like, she's literally losing her mind.
Isn't the thing where those AIs only last so long before they start getting corrupted?
Yeah, they last like 7 years because Bungie had the 7 thing, the number 7.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And I think it was like 7 years and then they go rampant. And basically what that means is that they get overloaded with too much information and they basically then splinter and die.
Okay.
Because they can't handle all of the information that they've been processing over time. Something like that. It's a really simplified explanation. But essentially you see her go through rampancy. And in Halo 5, in Halo 4, she dies basically saving the Chief. So in Halo 5, it was all about like, okay, Chief is going to go and see if he can find a way to get Cortana back. That was his mission. And then you're also playing, Jameson Locke, and you're playing Fireteam Osiris and stuff. And their mission is to go and track down Chief because Chief has gone AWOL. That's the idea behind the marketing of the game. And that's also the sort of what they tried to present in the game at first. But the marketing made it seem like, oh, Chief is going around and doing some really sus things, and like people are dying, and what the hell is going on? And it was really mysterious, and it was really cool, and like super dark. And your job is to chase him down, right? And so we all thought, like, what are we going to do here? It was almost like an Abby Ellie situation where like you would fight like Chief as Locke, or like you would take control as Chief and fight Locke or something like that. But instead, it all just boiled down to one measly cutscene. The fighting was terrible. The animation was bad. It's just awful. And like, there were things about Halo 5 that, narratively I hated it. But in terms of the gameplay itself, I thought it wasn't that bad. Like, I had fun playing the game, and like people were saying like, oh, the squad mechanics weren't very good. I mean, naturally, it's not, like Halo's never been designed to have squad mechanics necessarily. It's not Republic Commando, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's similar in the way that, I liked having Chief fighting alongside Blue Team because I had read the books, because I'm a nerd. I read the books, and I liked the fact that we had Blue Team there. So, like, yeah, the Horde mode was fun. Yeah, exactly. Like, Halo 5 had some good points, right? It had some interesting things, like Nathan Fillion's character, who was like a hell jumper. He was an ODST, and then he became a Spartan. Later on, he became like a Spartan 4. So, like, that was human soldiers who then got the upgrades to become Spartans. And bringing Buck in as one of Fireteam Osiris was actually really cool because he knew Chief and all that stuff. Plus, you had the Infinity. You had like the huge like human warship that had sort of taken over as like the pride of the UNSC and everything, and it was really cool. And you had Lasky, and you had all these like background characters that they were developing that I thought could have led to something interesting. Then when Infinite happens, very first thing that happens in a cutscene, no less, the Infinity gets destroyed. Chief loses a fight to a brute chieftain who just beats the crap out of him and tosses him out in an airlock, basically, and Chief is left for dead. There's no sign of Osiris or Blue Team. There's no sign of Lasky. There's like, the Infinity is blown up. There's no sign of any of the Spartans that were featured in like the multiplayer modes, like Sarah Palmer. Like, everybody's gone. There's no sign of the Arbiter. I'm like, what is going on? So, like, they just wiped clean almost the entirety of Halo 5. They did keep up with one thing. Oh, yeah, Cortana in Halo 5 goes evil. One of her rampant fragments goes evil. Plus, the team that's after Chief works for the equivalent of the CIA, so it makes you think there's shady things happening on both sides. Yes, Umbreon, exactly, that's right. So, like, at the end of Halo 5, basically, Cortana goes evil. She takes control of the mantle of leadership, whatever the fuck that was. And also, like, she basically is the leader of all the AIs. So there's an AI rebellion uprising against humanity. The AI uprising basically results in nothing but a couple of like little info dump cutscenes that show you that Cortana basically used some of the Guardians, which were these gigantic like weapon platforms, basically, to destroy like a couple of planets. In Halo Infinite, you find that out. And then you also have like Cortana 2.0, who's like almost like a clone version of Cortana that they just call the weapon. And she basically is designed to basically get plugged into the, I don't know, I guess like this new facility that they're at in Halo Infinite, the new ring world. And basically her thing is she's going to track down all the remaining fragments of Cortana and basically delete her. And that's her job. But then you find out that the weapon also is like a part of, she basically like becomes like almost like another version of Cortana. She's like a younger version of Cortana. And then at the very end, she's like, well, I guess I'm going to survive, and I guess you're not using me up, and I'm going to like, you know, just be like I'll be your partner now, and you can give me a new name. And the name that he picks is Cortana. So it's basically just to wipe through the entire thing. But it's like the thing that pissed me off about Infinite so much was the fact that, okay, so they followed up on the AI uprising and basically amounted to nothing. So they did try to clean that up. But where's everybody else? Where's Osiris? Where is Blue Team? Where is, like, what happened to Halsey? What happened to Lasky? What happened to all these characters that you guys had introduced? Like, I hate it when they introduce something and then just, like, nothing. No line of dialogue, nothing. The Infinity's gone? Also, that brute guy who beat up Master Chief, by the way, they're like, oh, this guy's he's so powerful and terrifying and horrifying and everything, and you can't beat him. Oh, God. Atriox was his name. Nothing happens with him. He's gone by the time you take control of Chief, and a new guy has taken his place and is cutting promos at you through a video screen all the time, through like holographic imagery. He's just cutting promos on you the whole entire game until you finally face him in the end and you kill him. But it's like, okay, so we don't even get revenge on Atriox? Like, we're not even able to be like, okay, Chief is going to go back and kick his ass? No? Nothing? Halo Wars 2 took care of him, I guess. I don't know. I'm just like, this is, like, they handled it so stupidly. So that's the reason why, like, I'm angry at 343/Halo Studios over what happened with Infinite and what happened with 5. But, you know, if you're, like, look, 5 was a shit sandwich in terms of the narrative, but if you can do something interesting in the next one, as opposed to just resetting everything and taking all the players off the board for no reason, like even the Arbiter, everybody was like, where's the Arbiter? Because people love the Arbiter. We all love Keith David. We all want him to have more jobs, right? So it's like, why don't we see anything with the Arbiter in Infinite? It just sucks. Yeah, there's super interesting things in 5 and in Halo Infinite, and they do nothing. So, I don't know. I find it just so unsatisfying in terms of the narrative. But, like, I will say this to credit Halo Studios, because I know that we haven't really talked about it that much other than in passing, but, like, the campaign evolved. Like, I know that they've remade with the Anniversary Edition, I know that they've remade Halo 1 before, but I think that Campaign Evolved is actually quite good, and I like I'm not such a purist that like every single change that they make I'm gonna hate or whatever, because I think that, to me, like, having some of the Halo 3 flood in there and like giving you a little bit of a taste of that actually heightens the connection to other parts of the series as well, and to other games in the franchise. So I think that they did a decent job with Campaign Evolved. As you know, in as much as I've gotten to, like, I think the 8th level or something, I've gotten to 2 Betrayals, so that's the one that I'm at right now. So we're getting towards the end. But yeah, that's my Halo rant. Notice that I did not mention the show.
No, I like when they do shit like that. Like when I was streaming The Last of Us Part 1, and I went through a section and I saw that they retroactively put Stalkers from 2 into 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
yeah, that's cool.
Motherfuckers. I fucking hated you in 2. This is not cool.
Yeah, I hate them in 2. Oh my god, they're so annoying.
Oh, but I was just like, I heard that cackle and I saw it run away. I'm like, you're going to get ammo wasted on you. I would fucking like it's so little chances you get to do stuff like that.
Yeah,
it's like this stuff should have been there, but yeah it's all right.
So
yeah.
When they were talking about the library level, which is like the most infamous level in all of Halo-dom, right? Like the library in the first game, where like in the original version of that game, the library, it's like all the hallways look different. So you could get easily lost in that level if you were not careful. But in this version of it, because they're using, UE5 and everything, Unreal Engine 5, and they're able to like add more visual variety to it, you don't really get lost. There was one time in my playthrough where I stopped and I was like backtracking unnecessarily, and then I saw like an arrow on the ground that was pointing me in the opposite direction. I was like, oh shit, I'm going backwards. So I almost had like an original moment there. Nice. But like, I that's the scene where they bring in the big guys, like the big guys from Halo 3 that are like hunters that are taken over by the flood, and they basically just chase you and they just flap their arms at you and just their tendrils and just try to kill you that way. But I was like, you know what? That's actually kind of cool because it adds variety to this level, which is all just shooting pretty much. You know, you're just following Guilty Spark and you're just shooting things all the time. So I liked it because it was like, oh, that's unexpected. Yeah. Maybe some people hated it, though, I'd imagine.
Yeah, everybody's got to hate something for some reason.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of that, Insomniac's Wolverine has got some new stuff and new
Great
trailers.
segue.
Yeah, I get them every now and then. Insomniac's Wolverine is set in a world where the X-Men do not exist. Wolverine, Mystique, Sabretooth form Team X with Nathaniel Essex to protect mutants. Bolivar Trask and Trask Industries are the main villains. Lady Deathstrike is also there with a hand. The story trailer looked awesome.
Okay.
I'll say that. Like, people say they hate how Wolverine looks, and then every time I ask a person why, it basically boils down to he doesn't look like Hugh Jackman. So that can just go.
You mean he looks like Wolverine?
Yeah, he looks like Wolverine.
Yeah.
And then every female character doesn't look like a porn star. So, you know, that just doesn't work. Because that's all they're supposed to look like. Saw comments that Lady Deathstrike doesn't look pretty enough. I'm sorry that the Asian assassin that is trying to kill you didn't put on her makeup first.
Lady Deathstrike has never, like, supposed to be, like, a pretty character, honestly.
Like, people
she's
see
not
her
doing
in
her
X2
makeup
and that's
tutorial
it.
on TikTok.
No, people saw her in X2 and they're like,
I
that's
would
what
love
she
to
should
see
look
it.
like. That was just a woman
She's like,
with
okay.
claws.
So before I get like ready for the day, let's put on our foundation, you know, let's get it all even in the cheeks. Oh, by the way, the blood actually is really good for blush. Totally should do that.
Yeah.
She just turns into Kelly Who.
Yeah. Now, Umbreon, you saw him other times in the previous trailers without his mask on. People just didn't make as big a deal because you didn't see him as much.
I still don't like the voice, though. That's my one complaint.
I've grown on it.
Who's voicing him again? Do we know?
Liam, somebody. Like, he's not a bad actor, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think he's a bad actor. I just think the voice is wrong for Wolverine. Doesn't work for me.
I mean, it's kind of weird because Steve Blum has been doing him in like games and everything for like the longest time.
They have,
isn't he?
but it's gotten to the point of where Steve Bloom is no longer fighting for all.
Liam McIntyre.
And they're
McIntyre,
face scanning people now.
It just sounds too. It sounds too deep for Wolverine for me. That sounds weird to say, but like it sounds too like it's like a different sort of. It's more like Batman voice to me.
It is,
So,
but to be
that's
fair,
the
we haven't gotten to hear him talk a lot.
True.
We've gotten to hear.
No, there was
like,
one
4 or
line that
5
he did where I
lines
was
and
like,
then, ah!
yeah. There was one line that he did where I was like, oh, that sounds more like Logan to me.
Yeah, it's one of those where
So,
I'm gonna wait until I
it'll
get
be
like a good solid couple of hours of him. The one thing that I do like is it feels like from what they've said about the game is it's going to be kind of almost arcadey because it's going to come loaded with New Game Plus, which is awesome to me.
That's nice. That's cool.
Each level is a level. It's not an open world, and they're going to have score modifiers and other things you can do to try and make your run in that level better. So it'll almost feel like a character action game, like Devil May Cry, where you'll have like A through S or whatever. So that's cool to me.
That's cool.
I'm perfectly fine with a game not being a giant. Like, this is coming from a guy that plays a shitload of them. Not every game has to be a 200-hour open world game. I'm okay with.
Yes.
And in my opinion, Wolverine works better.
Yeah, like honestly, a Wolverine, open world game just kind of sounds like fucking awful. Because like, what are you gonna do? Just fight in the woods? Like,
well, that
exactly.
and it kind of brings you up to
and
where
traversal.
Like you're gonna start just openly slaughtering hundreds of people for experience points. That's like not how I feel I'd want a Wolverine game to be.
No, I see. That's the thing. I think that so many people are used to the open world stuff now that not enough people really appreciate linearity and what that can bring to your game. Because open world gaming is not necessary. It's not inherently better or worse. What it is just different. So like you can do different things with an open world game because you can have one specific map and you can have different biomes within the map. But if you do it a linear game, you can actually have levels that are set in like, oh, this is like the frozen tundra at Lambeau Field versus this is old school Candlestick Park in San Francisco where the 49ers used to play. You know what I mean? So you could do something really different. And like, yeah, exactly, Umbreon. There's tiers to open worlds now
God
too.
of War, Horizon. You got
And,
very
like,
different.
Exactly. And this makes me think of like how I'm enjoying Halo being a linear experience, you know, level to level, versus like Halo Infinite, which was a more semi-open world sort of thing, because you could go into like you had like a single map and Chief would go to all these different areas on the map. But the thing is, we didn't have enough variety in that game too. Sorry to bring it back to Halo, but like, I mean, I think that with this decision, I think Insomniac is doing a good job.
Yeah,
I think it's the right
absolutely.
choice. Yeah.
You should
And I will
tailor-
say for the guy, the reason why I said that I don't think that he's a bad actor is because like I like that he's got the speech patterns down. He's got, you know, Wolverine talking like his old comic book self, which is very nice. So, yeah.
It does feel unique. Like you shouldn't. I've always felt about it, if you're going to adapt a character into a thing, you should adapt the style of game you're making based on the character. You should not just have the type of game you want to play and then try and ramrod a character into it.
I mean, that's what you
100%.
should do for writing anything. It doesn't matter what medium.
Yeah.
100%.
It's like they wanted when they made that Ghost Rider game. They literally just ripped off God of War and Devil May Cry. They didn't try and make something new. They just went slam them in there and make it work. And they had a little road rash in there too, and it was perfect. Yeah, it
Even
was
like with
great.
the chains too.
Yeah,
With the chains
exactly.
as weapons, yeah.
Yeah, and they have to this day never done what that game did in a character action game again, and it makes me so upset. For those that don't know, in a character action game, you have grading to where like especially in Devil May Cry, you have like F, and then it goes to S, double S, and triple S, which essentially is how good you're doing in your combos with variation and all this, and they start grading you.
Yes.
And how long you stay in S will change not only the music, but your grading for your end score at the end. Now, normally, that has nothing to do with anything other than that's how you improve and you get more value out of it, because you're like, hey, I got an A this round. I'm going to go for S next round. I'm going to go for double S, triple S, whatever.
Correct.
In the Ghost Rider game, you weren't able to damage certain enemies until you got up to that rank. That made that game fucking crazy. You know what, Umbreon, you're not wrong. There's few things in life that I think No Child Left Behind has not ruined.
Yeah, child.
Put that on a t-shirt!
Oh my god, I saw an image on Blue Sky. It was like George W. Bush making the original speech, but they cropped it so it just says "Child Left Behind."
That's funny.
God.
That's hilarious.
That's hilarious.
All right, Mike, you get going into the box office stuff. I'm going to go get me some agua.
Okay, so I'm not going to go over the entire
Yeah, I'll be right.
top 10, but there's two pretty significant stories. Number one, the fact that the Odyssey in its second weekend only dropped like 27%.
Yeah, it's still like 87 mil. Like that's. I don't think we've had a low drop for like a major blockbuster for this for like a minute.
Yeah, like
Yeah, what was the last time? Maybe like Avatar?
I think actually. Hold on, let me
Well,
look.
I mean, not like I know there's been like lower drops, you know, for other movies. I'm just talking for like a movie that's like
To that scale.
yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking at.
It has to be Cameron. It has to either be Avatar or Titanic.
I'm looking at Oppenheimer's release because, you know, obviously that was part of the whole Barbenheimer phenomenon.
Yeah.
And yeah, that even that like only dropped 43.4%.
Which is still a great drop.
Oh yeah. The other big story is Hades Town, the musical.
Yeah. I'm so glad the pro shot's out. I saw it in person this past February. It's such a great show, guys. Please see it. Please.
Yeah, okay, so the story is that this This made like 10 million in its opening weekend.
And it's getting a big expansion.
Yep. So if you missed it, if you missed it last week and still want to see it, definitely go this weekend. I'm gonna try to go on Sunday.
I mean, I know live theater's expensive, but for everything I've seen in the clips, this is like a very well done pro shot. Like they try like different angles and stuff. It's most of the original cast. Like this was actually, because of how pro shots work, this was shot, I think, in 2020, I believe. But they usually have a holding period, because technically, like for the Hamilton pro shot, that wasn't supposed to come out till like it actually got in theatrical release. But Disney went, "Fuck it, we'll just release it in like July during the pandemic." But normally that doesn't happen. But Hadestown is such an amazing show. The concept album that it's based on is incredible too. But like the set design and everything, the music, like please support Hadestown. I am begging and pleading.
Question. As I got talking about this, we were talking about it. What is there like a well-known record for the lowest amount of drop-off for a giant blockbuster in like history?
Good question.
I can look that up.
I used to be able to answer that like before Box Office Mojo kind of became a shell of its former self. Yeah.
All right, here's smallest weekend drops, Box Office Mojo. All right, let's see.
I can imagine the original Avatar has to be one of them.
Yeah, I mean, they have it overall numbers. I mean, I guess technically it became a blockbuster like Greatest Showman, but I'm not thinking about like that sort of movies. Let's see how much we've. Okay, so that's a plus. All right, let's go to the drop. Yep, I think it's Avatar.
Is it Avatar?
Yeah, I'll go down to 27 because it's not like it made more money the second. Oh, that's freaky. So Shrek's like second weekend technically made more money than his first.
Wow.
Oh, well, word of mouth, baby. Huh. Does it show how little the drop off was?
Negative 1.8%.
Oh, does it show for Avatar?
Yep, for Avatar.
Oh, that was negative. Wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
it made $77 million its first weekend. $75 million its second.
That's crazy. Wow.
But you know what? I didn't realize it did that good. Sinners is up there too. I think its second weekend it only dropped a little below 5%.
That's good. Of course.
Joker one of them?
Let me see.
I can't imagine that drop off was that much. That thing made a fuck ton of money.
Now let's just look at sub 20%, because unfortunately it's kind of like mixed in. All right, so around that range, it's not okay. So sub 20%, Fellowship of the Ring. Its second weekend was 38 million. Its first weekend was like 47 million.
Okay.
I mean, if we're just comparing like, apples and oranges.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we got the answer. It was Avatar, so.
I knew it had to be.
Yeah.
Like, Avatar's run is like the stuff of legends. Like, even though Endgame did good, Avatar was just like so organic. We're never going to see anything like that ever again.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
The closest we might get to like that kind of phenomenon is the box office performance of Obsession, which not on like the same scale, but the fact that it was made for so little money and it's just
it's like the
stuck
same on the
around.
opposite end of the spectrum.
Pretty much, yeah.
Anyway, you got more on the box office, Mike, or?
That's pretty much all the interesting news. Everything else is just kind of like business as usual.
Yeah, the next topic I'm laughing at. Can I take the lead on this?
If you want to.
Go for it.
Okay, so let me just take a little sip here. Alright, so we're in movie and streaming news. Kevin Feige says Avengers Secret Wars will introduce a new universe that is easier for audiences to follow. It will establish a streamlined, simplified, single universe that's easier for audiences to follow. Some aspects will feel familiar, but many, many things will be entirely new. You know, it's almost like the fucking thing they should have done after Endgame!
Try multiverse stuff. You gotta try multiverse stuff. But, hey, when you got your storyline set up for how it goes, and I've started looking up what that Secret Wars plot is, because I did not read it myself. I'm not going to be that guy that said that he read it when he didn't, but yeah, I kind of see what is going to happen there from that, so.
It's basically, they're basically Crisis on Infinite Earths in the MCU.
I mean,
That's what it sounds like.
I even read that, and even I kind of know, like, what this is.
Yeah.
Secret Wars is Battle World, right?
The 2015 one.
Essentially, yeah.
The 2015, yeah.
Okay,
the more
well,
recent Secret War.
Which is, I'm assuming, is the one that they're adapting.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Yes.
There probably will be elements of the original just because like Marvel loves to do that and loves to throw in little references to the original stuff, but I would imagine
the plot
that's
isn't released yet, but it's easy to put some pieces together based on the very exact comic that they said they're introducing and the words that are being very plainly said by Kevin Feige.
And also from news from Comic-Con over the weekends.
Yeah.
With certain characters.
Yeah, it's very easy to put some pieces together into what they're doing without them having to say what they are doing. Alright, Kevin says that they have plans for the MCU through 2042. As for whether we can hold on to until 2042, who knows? Will it be movies be made? Who knows? Now, I do believe them that they have plans. Whether those plans work good is a different story. Because, alright, before we get on to the other stuff, we're going to go through some things that we saw at Comic-Con for the Marvel side. They had a panel for stuff with Endgame, things like that, obviously. The biggest shock, and God, I hope that Mahershala Ali is contained somewhere and not given sharp weapons to get near Kevin Feige with. Ryan Gosling apparently pitched a Ghost Rider movie and it's gonna get made.
Yep.
I'm excited. I'm happy. That has been one of those castings that everyone's been saying for years. This is just very... What's the word I'm trying to find?
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
Like, if this movie gets made without any hiccups, and, like, comes out, it's fine, and, like, it just scoots right along, I'm going to need a documentary on what the fuck happened with Blade then. Because I'm going to be honest with you, everyone's honest opinion, I think it's easier to make a Blade movie than a Ghost Rider movie.
I think it is too.
Yeah.
We have proof. The Trinity does not count.
Yeah. And, like, at its core, and I can't remember who I was talking with about this, I'm not saying you can't make a good Ghost Rider movie, because I think both of them, the ones that were made, were passable. And the effects of the second one are fucking ridiculous. But, who was I talking with about this? Ghost Rider is almost always a character that is better served when he is a plot device in someone else's story. Like, he's the guy that you have to deal with, or he's the guy along with your crew that's helping you deal with something. Because it's kind of hard sometimes to get a different Ghost Rider story without switching to a different Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
Which, I was, again, talking with someone at work. It's kind of crazy how this evolves into the Wally West problem that a lot of people have. A lot of people, for a good chunk of the mid-2000s, thought every Flash they were seeing was Barry, when in reality, it was Wally. In the 90s, a lot of people who were seeing Ghost Rider in animation thought they were seeing Johnny, when in reality, they were seeing Danny.
It was Danny Ketch. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you have the newer incarnations of like Robbie Reyes.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
just one of those
Robbie
things
Reyes.
where a lot of people think they know Johnny, when in reality, a lot of what they know about Ghost Rider is Danny.
Yep.
Which is kind of crazy when outside of the one movie, which is very obviously Johnny, like, I have to wonder if Fall Guy happened and then Ryan just went, hey, Kevin, hear me out. I'm not saying I just did a movie, but it's like, The other thing Go ahead.
Do you think he's going to be Johnny, or do you think he's going to be Danny Ketch?
I think 1,000% he's going to be Johnny. 1,000% he's going to be Johnny. Because that's
Yeah,
the Ghost
I look
Rider
at
everybody
him-
knows.
I look at him and I just think he's better as he's more fitting for Danny.
I see that,
That's just
but I
to me,
don't
though.
see I see the brand name Johnny Blaze being put in.
Yeah.
That's why I think he'll be Johnny, but
Yeah.
Give or take, both would work. But I
Yeah.
think that he's been fan cast specifically as Johnny for so long that it would
Mhm.
almost weird people out if they heard the name Danny and they're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Because I think they literally only know Johnny and Robbie.
Yeah.
Like, Danny's the weird middle child that most of the cool stuff has happened with, but they all think that's Johnny.
Yeah.
Now, a problem that people are having, which I don't, because I think he's one of the most consistent directors on the fucking planet,
know where
everyone
you're going
is
with
somehow unhappy that it's being directed by Sean Levy.
I don't get that.
and here's why I don't have the same problems that a lot of people have.
Because he's a good director.
Well, yes, but some of my favorite Stranger Things episodes were the ones that he directed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like, everyone goes, I fucking hated Deadpool Wolverine. Whatever, fine.
Yeah, but that's
Are you
not the only
kidding me?
thing that he's directed.
He's directed. And then I'll hear people in that same vein be like, praise Night at the Museum. I'm like, did y'all forget who directed that trilogy?
You know, like Sean Levy's just kind of like a Jon Favreau type. Like, he's like the guy that you hired. Like, he does have like his own vision or whatever, but he's like a competent guy. Like, he'll get the job done.
He's going to get the
Because
job
Deadpool
done.
Wolverine's, you know, Ryan Reynolds is a producer, so ultimately, like, it's Ryan's vision with the guidance of Kevin Feige's rather than that being a Sean Levy movie.
It's like Sean knows how to direct, he knows how to put a movie together, and he's very efficient. Everybody's just like, well, he's never done horror. Cool. Neither is Christopher Nolan, but I bet if he took a crack at it, he'd be okay. Everything nowadays is because he hasn't done that, he can't do it.
Mhm.
Which you guys know how much I hate that. Like
Yeah.
People are
Very
allowed to
redundant.
Yes.
step out of their comfort zone and try something.
Yeah, and explore stuff. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but that's just kind of the name of the game. But I just find that insulting as like an artist saying, "Oh, I can only ever be known for this one thing, this like one project, and I can't ever do anything else. Like, that's the end of my artistic career. Like, oh yeah, like I've had my magnum opus and I'm not even 35. I mean, that just kind of sucks. Like, when you think about it, it's like, wow, I'm 35 and my career's over. Great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so weird. So one thing that I'm insanely jealous of, and I cannot believe that this happened. Like, I have almost a phobia of trying to go to like a San Diego Comic-Con because how packed those places are. Ryan Reynolds in his Canadian tuxedo was just walking around taking photos with people.
Mm-hmm. I
And
saw that.
crashed the panel, basically asking, "This is a really weird way to announce a movie. When are you guys gonna start shooting it?" We did already. Oh, did you guys see also the color code that he said his Deadpool thing was Jean Grey? This also, by the way, I'm going to laugh really hard when, because this is one thing that everyone needs to realize, that social media, you can just make shit up. Do you remember when this report came out about this very real and very serious and totally happened giant fight between Ryan Reynolds and Robert Downey Jr. on the set of Infinity War that Ryan has never been confirmed to be in?
Oh, God.
I'm like, those dudes are like both basically billionaires. Like, they have no reason to fight. They can just vent into their piles of money. Like, what are you talking about?
Well, yeah, but it's to the point of where someone's like, hey, I'm going to tell people Ryan was in this movie and you got to fight with RDJ because that's going to get me clicks. And then the movie happens and Ryan's just not in the fucking movie.
And it also, like Deadpool being in that movie wouldn't have made any fucking sense. Like, already having, like Rocket there, you know, so, and like Korg or whatever is already kind of like fucking pushing it.
Well, it's like their characters within that already. They're not trying to talk to the camera. Where I see Ryan showing up is this Secret Wars movie.
Yep.
Oh no, he is 1,000% going to be in it because he's already involved with the TVA stuff.
Yes,
canonically.
That I see 100%. I see that because you can have him pop up, do whatever. Have the one thing they've never done with him, have him try and swear and do an F-bomb or something, and they bleep him, and he talks to the camera, which is the one way you should do a PG-13 Deadpool movie, not try and fucking Frankenstein it out of a movie that was already rated R. That's why it sucks. But, yeah, I am seeing, like, actual explosions happen on Twitter about people going, I took a fucking picture with Ryan Reynolds. He was but so you got to see some better looks at Doom, which he actually looks fucking phenomenal, I have to say. Like,
yeah, it looks really good.
The costume is
the poster, yeah,
it looks
looking like
outrageous.
a Destiny 2 hunter character over here.
It looks so good. It's so good. Yeah, and then, like, this is also bringing out the whole, like, people don't understand stuff about certain things, but we won't even go into that. Now,
yeah,
the biggest I don't know how to understand or how to think about this. Now, so, we have a new Black Panther.
Yes. David Johnson has been cast as T'Challa Jr.
Yes.
The thing that everyone knew was gonna happen at some point happened.
At some point, I didn't expect it to be the next movie that's supposedly only a year or two after the last movie. In continuity. When he was roughly 5 years old in the movie that happened 2 years before this one.
Okay, but this is going to take place after Secret Wars, right?
Yes.
Yes, but...
Okay, that's how they're going to do it. They're going to age him up.
Do they have time travel in Secret Wars?
They could just do it. They're going to operate under soap opera logic. They're a baby and suddenly they're 16 years old. That's just how it works. No explanation.
Said through the magic of comic books. Yes, but through the magic of comic books, there's also gay kryptonite. I don't accept, like, there needs to be timeline. Like, if they say this happens a year after Secret Wars, and they're like, by the way, he really hit puberty. Like, there
needs to be some kind of internal logic. I get what you're saying.
So I'm waiting to see more. The thing that's weird to...
Obviously, like, it's... The reason they can't say it is because it's a plot point for Secret Wars.
Yeah, I get that.
Something's going to happen there.
It's just... Part of that is the reason why I'm weirded for why they had to show this now. And also, I'm like... Who did Letitia piss off?
You know, that is a good question. Actually, wait. Hold on.
I know there was some weird stuff with her supposedly behind the scenes with filming too. Supposedly. But...
Which, it turned out half of that was, like, bullshit anyway, because she still did, like, the on-set protocols.
Yeah, it's just... I want to know why they took the trouble of not recasting Chad to very, in my opinion, honorably pass it down to Shuri, which did great. Loved her Black Panther costume. It was fucking phenomenal. And I felt she did great in the movie. To now, all of a sudden, it's no, now it's his kid.
All that being said...
But here's the crazy thing. She was at that panel, though.
She was.
You know, here's my prediction. Is that it's not a variant, but like another version of like T'Challa Jr. from like a different continuity. Like she's still gonna be Black Panther in the one continuity, but in the other continuity, he will be Black Panther.
I could see that.
Could be.
And also just in general, David Johnson is like such a good actor that I am ecstatic that he's got the chance now to really blow up.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not saying it won't be that. I'm just wondering the internals of, because when they say the new Black Panther and not another Black Panther, they made it a very big deal that Black Panther 3 is him being Black Panther from now on and not her. It's just the way it was presented was she was just kind of like, you got your movie, go away. Kind of deal.
Also, like, correct me if I'm wrong, in the schedule, is this the first post-Secret Wars movie?
I don't know.
If it
Let me take a look.
Whoa, no, actually, they showed the timeline, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so we do know, actually. Do we have... What the fuck would that be? Phase 6?
Yep.
Wouldn't it be after Phase 6 if Secret Wars...
would be like... Yeah, Phase...
Is
what would they...
what we're in Phase 6?
Yeah, I think we're in Phase 6 now.
Okay, so that'd be Phase 7.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it is because if I'm not mistaken, Vision they had it shown up where it was Vision Quest. Gosh dang it, why can't I find the one they showed there?
Because my thing is that the new Black Panther movie is going to be the first new movie in the new continuity.
Mm-hmm.
It is. That's not so much the part that I'm getting at. I'm wondering why all of a sudden they just went, poof, Letitia doesn't exist.
Yeah, I think she's just a byproduct casualty of them having to blow everything up. I don't think it's any deeper than that.
Probably.
I wonder if she just comes back as Shuri, but it's like a variant maybe, or it's just like the timeline is reconstructed, so therefore Shuri never became Black Panther, which would be sucky, but...
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting at, where it's kind of like either way, she really kind of just got shafted.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way getting
But I mean, she
around
could still
that.
play Shuri.
She can, yeah, but when you get upgraded to Black Panther, I think you'd be happier being Black Panther. In my opinion. You get upgraded to that, and then you're like, by the way, no, we are actually going to get a new Black Panther, and it's not you anymore. Go back to your side role.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't work, it's just kind of shitty. In my opinion. Yeah, it is what it is.
That's it. That's Hollywood, baby.
Yeah. But either way, there's also, they had the timeline because they had the X-Men movie on the timeline that they showed. That's why it's pissing me off that I can't find it, because they had an official timeline shown at it, and the X-Men movie was the last movie on it.
Let me see if I can find it.
But anyway, yeah, there was that. But yeah, that was everything pretty much from Marvel that got shown. For everyone wondering, Mahershala Ali was nowhere in sight. So,
boggles the mind that they can't think of a way to do a Blade movie with Mahershala Ali.
Well, the thing
Alright.
is that
It's
they
crazy.
did. It's
They,
just
they,
that
they,
movie
they
became
tried,
Sinners.
but then they failed.
That
Okay,
movie became
so
Sinners.
Yeah.
okay, so I'm reading this according to Polygon. I mean, technically, the first movie in Phase 7 is Secret Wars. But the next one after that's supposedly X-Men.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's going to be X-Men, Ghost Rider, which they're insisting is going to come out in 2028. And then Black Panther is going to be coming out in December.
Okay. All right.
And then Shang-Chi 2 is finally coming out.
We're going to talk about a trailer that came out because it's going to bound back onto some things, and we're going to get to the rest of this first. The new Resident Evil trailer came out.
Mm-hmm. That it did.
And how did I know it was a Resident Evil trailer? Because it had to go out of its way to tell me that it was a Resident Evil trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And do you know how Zach Krieger wanted people to know that it was a Resident Evil trailer?
Put the safe room in there.
Hey guys, there was a typewriter. There was a shotgun. He found ammo in a drawer.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the game.
Zach Krieger addresses criticism, including modern phones and snow in Resident Evil film. I took liberties to tell a story that I wanted to tell and make a movie look the way I wanted it to look. I think it looks really fucking cool to see a horror movie in snow.
Okay.
Like we've never seen a horror movie in snow before?
So, we're just gonna, and then
No one's seen the thing?
Yep. Zach Krieger says Resident Evil film will include some unique zombies never seen in the games before. It still obeys the laws of the games and universe, but stuff's unique and new there. Hey, if it obeys the laws of the universe in the movie that you said it takes place during, that doesn't happen. Do you remember that really fat guy from the basement? That's just a dude full of rats.
Mm-hmm. You know,
I have been harping on this motherfucking movie because in my brain, Zach Krieger wanted to make a movie and then they slapped Resident Evil on it. He has gone out of his way to say, guys, this takes place during Resident Evil 2. Leon's stuff is going on over there. It's time period. It's what this is, all that. And then he goes, well, no, like, it takes place in a time where I think it would work. And you could tell people that it was during Resident Evil 2 because it could be happening over there. But I wanted it to be with the zombies and the stuff that I wanted to make. I know it's in Resident Evil 2, and I said this specifically, but, like, I also wanted it to have snow. And I also wanted it to do this. And, by the way, I'm really not going to hold anything to the game that I said the movie takes place during. This literally isn't a Resident Evil movie. This is a movie that has zombies in it, and it's a horror movie. That's fine. Zach Krieger has literally made a career out of making new movies that have nothing to do with anything, and then calling it something and making it good. When I tell people this is not a fucking Resident Evil movie, if you have to tell me in the trailer it's Resident Evil to have me know it's Resident Evil, it's not Resident Evil. It's just a zombie movie. There's 5,000 versions of zombie stories. The things that make it Resident Evil is how it feels to play a Resident Evil game, which feel different than other Resident Evil movies or other zombie games. You don't have in Resident Evil random fucking zombies suicide bombing people and exploding into millions of gallons of blood. That's the Evil Dead. That's not Resident Evil. When I tell people this, and we're going to get into the Matchbox trailer, because it literally does what I've been bitching about Resident Evil doing for this fucking movie, he's gone out of his way to say, I just wanted to make a Resident Evil movie and say and do it how I wanted to. Every single interview he's done, including these past few, has just went, I made a fan fiction and we're going to watch it and you're gonna like it. And we're gonna put Resident Evil on it so that it sells better.
Boo.
And also his attitude toward other things have made me not happy. Oh, don't worry, Umbreon. It's now during the 2000s that would have made a bunch of these problems they have in the Resident Evil video game not happen because of modern conveniences. But we're not going to talk about that. Zach Krieger says Austin Abrams nearly died in a stunt for Resident Evil. He said he wanted to avoid VFX for a scene involving zombies exploding after jumping off buildings. They used cranes with 150-pound body-sized blood bags of liquid. One accidentally released too early and came inches within hitting Abrams. If he had been one step to the right, it would have killed him. The shot is in the movie, so it's fucking worth it. I was pretty stunned. How about we don't try and kill your fucking actors?
You know what this is reminding me of? That weird Michael Bay ambulance movie.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that.
I went from not caring about Zach Krieger to actively hating him with every fiber of my body. With every time he's spoken in an interview about this movie and about how he's handled this movie. I've never heard a more, no, fuck you, you're gonna like what I made, I don't care what you wanted, and I don't care if I almost killed an actor, it's in the movie, so it was fucking worth it. That's an exact quote, I didn't make that up, that's an exact quote from his interview. Yes, it almost killed him, but it's in the movie, so it's fucking worth it.
And you know what's more horseshit is that, more than likely, that shot's probably gonna be overlaid or, like, comped over of CG.
Yep. I went from just going, it's whatever, it's the movie, to no, this guy's actively trying to irritate people because they're calling him out on his bullshit and he doesn't like it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's openly said, also after this, that I'm never going to make a video game movie again. Cool, you're not making one now. You literally just slapped a video game title on it because Constantine Film doesn't want to lose the movie rights. Give or take, the other movies were not great, but they were more accurate to the fucking thing you're portraying than this horse shit.
Yep.
Like, Paul W.S. Anderson literally made 6 movies based on the fact that he thought his wife was hot, and it's more accurate than your movie. Which, he was correct. His wife is very attractive, but... like... oh my gosh. Alright, anyway. We also had some Avatar stuff happened.
Oh,
God.
Can I post the image?
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, God. You know what, though? I agree. Leave Korra alone.
Like, seriously, this show's been over for, what, like, for almost 14 years at this point?
Yes.
When was the season 4 finale? 2014?
Yes.
Something like that. And here's
Yeah.
something that we need to bring up that nobody likes to talk about.
Mhm.
Avatar The Last Airbender, the show, had a full
Mhm.
team that Nickelodeon actually let them make the show that they wanted to make. And barely interfered because it was a giant hit. And then Korra
Yep.
came around, and every single season, that writer's room got gutted, and the directors got told, no, you're going to do this instead because we feel this would work better, so get rid of all those plot points and redo it. And then they got mad at the character Korra for what Nickelodeon made the writers do.
And also, I mean, they already didn't like Korra because she has a vagina, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
No, actively, back in the day, they really thought it was cool for everyone who I talked to about it. They actively thought she was a shitty avatar because of her having more struggles than Aang. Which we're
That's
going
crazy.
to... Which, by the way, a regular enemy for Aang was a fucking duster or a smuggler that knew how to earthbend. Korra's regular enemy was an earth-ending alien from the 4th dimension of Zagtar that's going to blow up the planet this week.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. She literally fought like the spirit of all evil.
She
Like-
literally fought the devil!
Yeah!
Can we
like-
not talk about how fucking insane
Right?
that
But
is?
the comparators of what Korra had to deal with on a weekly basis is fucking crazy!
Not only that, but, you know, her love life is a fucking disaster.
Yeah.
Like, girl is a hot mess. And
Yeah.
you know what? Korra is a great show.
Oh, I loved her.
If you look at books 3 through 4, But you know what? Korra's, as a character is messy. This show's a hot mess. So for her show, it works.
Yeah, it's one of those things where A, they actively put her through more. B, the writers didn't let Nickelodeon didn't let the writers write a consistent show and regularly gutted their fucking writer's room. And again, you're always going to have she wasn't our goat, so she's not any good horseshit. And now it's already mad because they went, well, I guess we're just never going to get a male avatar again. God, shut up. If the gender of your character makes you that upset, you don't like the character.
And see, this is why because of you people, we're never getting a fucking Kyoshi show.
No.
Fuck all
Even though
you.
it would be fucking amazing. But,
just, let her and Rangi just be like lesbians together. Just
we get the first trailer for Avatar the Seven Havens, which looks great.
Yeah.
I love the idea of twin avatars.
Yeah.
And I want to know what happened that got him there.
Yeah. I already am against it because they're just bad-mouthing Korra. Now, it just feels like let's just assassinate Korra's character.
Well, now,
it's obvious that they're going to be like, Korra was actually a hero and she's been framed.
That's what I was just about to say. I guarantee you that the world got told Korra did something horrible when she didn't.
Do you like the look of the animation? Because to me, it feels like a downgrade.
Yeah,
it is definitely different.
It's different.
It feels like Studio
Studio
Mirror's leftovers. Like, this feels like, more Voltron, Legendary Defender than it does Legend of Korra.
Yeah, it doesn't doesn't appeal. It just doesn't appeal to me. So I'm a no.
To it.
Well, I think also, showing that next to like the Avatar Aang movie footage just makes it look a lot worse. I mean, I think it's passable TV quality animation. Like, is it the best? No. I mean, I think it's kind of like animation quality wise, like the majority of book one of like Last Airbender, when they were clearly going through like 3 different vendor studios and you could clearly tell when a different studio worked on it.
That's what I was just about to say. I'm not going to give it too much crap for its first try at something versus it's going to improve because they're obviously trying a different animation style. So, I'm going to be honest, Marvel's animation didn't look great their first time trying through, and it rapidly improved once they actually figured out what the fuck they were doing.
That's true.
Early versions of What If were fucking rough.
Yeah.
Not only that, or like the dumbasses who thought, the original 90s X-Men show was better animated than 97. Because they actually...
When you put them next to each other, oh boy!
Well, not only that, but they were watching like a shitty YouTube rip, because if you actually watch the show, which is made in 4K, it is a native 4K show, like done in Dolby Vision, and you tell me that with a straight face, like, to me, X-Men 97 is like the show that you thought the original was in your head.
Exactly.
Yeah,
because even the Newton brothers went on the record, they're like, oh, because they were listening to the theme, they're like, wow, those Sims sounded like way cooler and less dated in my head.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, there's like, well, they changed the costumes. I'm like, no, they just simplified them so that you don't get the animation mess that you got in the old ones because there was too much fucking detail to try and animate it nicely. That's why it's different.
I mean, honestly, like the style, I've said this, I think when we did our original season 1 Capes episode of it, is that it feels like the animation style kind of feels like had the show like gone on for like another season or two, and we're starting to get into the early HD era of like digital animation, and we're making the switch over from like Cell to Flash.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So there was also the Avatar Aang trailer. I go back and forth between being okay with and not liking the voices. I don't know. The one that I will say that I really don't like, no matter every time I heard it, was Aang's. I feel like they went way too hard to make him sound different than the original kid. Yeah, everybody else sounds like they're doing adult versions of their characters. His does not.
I think a part of it, because I've watched the movie, a lot of it, like, the script's not a complete disaster, but the dialogue at times is really fucking
Dialogue's
rough.
really bad. Yeah.
So I mean, it does not do this guy favors, like, at all. And like, to be fair, like Zach Tyler Eisen, since he's actually doing more fan events now, like his voice actually as an adult, you know, in his like early 30s, isn't that far off from like the other guy. Like you could still kind of hear like the little like inflections of like Aang in his voice. I think part of the problem is that, you know, just with like the story and the script and the dialogue kind of being really weird, like just like the casting's off. Even like Kid Aang, it doesn't sound anything like Zach. And I know in the past for like, you know, basically everything after like book 3, because Zach's voice, like book 3, you could clearly tell that they had to pitch it up. Yeah. Especially like when you get towards like after the Day of Black Sun, like you could hear the voice cracks. So like Aang's been played by different kids before, but like the kid that they got him just sounded like way too young for like a 10-year-old.
Yeah. It's weird. It was something else. It's something I will watch eventually. I was going to wait until it actually got on things, but okay. All right. So,
I mean, it is out.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I was waiting for it to come out. I didn't watch the leaks. In a deal I didn't see coming, Atari and Universal Pictures have signed a deal to potentially make 10 movies based on the following games: Asteroids, Adventure, Berserk, Breakout, Centipede, Crystal Castles, Millipede, Missile Command, Pong, and Yar's Revenge. If that Pong movie does not star Tom Hanks, I'm not watching it.
Yeah, you know the crazy thing is, Pong, out of all of them, I think is the only one that's realistically could happen.
Now how? Like,
I could say any of them could happen because we're going to talk about a trailer for a movie that came out that has basically nothing to do with what the subject matter is.
Yeah, or do you remember? Have you guys seen like the Apple Tetris movie?
I haven't, but that's exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah, I think it's going to be more of like a biopic of like Atari, because Pong's like too big of a game. Like Pong, like most of this shit would not exist if it wasn't for fucking Pong.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes, Umbreon, that is in fact a thing.
It is in fact a thing. I did not watch this trailer.
It just came out, and I posted it in.
Okay.
Oh,
who watched it?
I have not.
I have not.
But save that for next week.
Yeah, no, but it exists, and Dwayne Johnson's trying to make something work again. Because Moana is Moana even still in theaters?
It is.
I don't know. He's trying his best. Okay, so we did get some DC stuff. Mm-hmm. We got the Lanterns trailer.
Much more my speed.
I like
Lanterns trailer. Yes.
I like it. I like it quite a bit.
It's good.
I will say the only complaint that some people had that I do kind of get, I wish that the uniforms were constructs. I don't kind of like how it looks on him. I think it looks weird.
You think it looks too stuffy?
Kinda, yeah. Like, if it had more of a thinner look, it kind of looks like he's wearing weird armor. I wish it was a little bit more slim-fitting, kinda, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think that's probably one of the hardest parts of adapting the Green Lantern costume, because on the one hand, everyone wants to try to avoid the 2011 movie.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I don't know, it's just, it's hard to adapt, like, the actual, like, spandex look of the comics.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Without it looking silly.
Yeah. But the actual, like, kind of True Detective-esque feel of the show, I love.
Manhunters as the main villains, that is cool.
Like that.
Yeah. That's gonna be sick.
Do you think it's gonna be like the Manhunters, like as in the original, like, you know, kind of Kirby-esque Manhunters? Or do you think it's going to be the
Probably, and I
Martian
think-
Manhunters? Because, like, I've heard some speculation that it might be Martians.
I
Either.
I can't take credit for this, but there's a YouTube channel that I watch called Go Read Some Comics. And the host there, she said like they could be adapting elements of the DC series Millennium.
Okay.
I
Interesting.
don't know that series.
Interesting.
So
No matter what, I'm excited. I'm excited. I was happy to see Sinestro. I was happy to see like more of the elements of the comics brought in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which
I like what they're
everyone-
doing with it overall.
Were you guys just like me fine with how Sinestro looked?
Yeah, he
Yeah, I
he
mean-
looks like Sinestro.
The amount of bitching that I've seen where they're like, "This is the downgrade we get." I'm like, he's a dude with pink skin.
And a stash.
He's
I
not
mean-
meant to look like he's in a GQ magazine. He's in jail.
Yeah.
Give or take, Mark Strong was probably the most perfect Sinestro you're ever going to get in your entire life. But, like, he's not meant to look prim and proper. That's why he looks a little off.
Mm-hmm.
And also the lighting in the scene that we saw too was
Yeah.
kind of like, yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely like they're trying to make it more grounded and stuff like that before they send us off to space, probably.
Exactly. Exactly. Which I'm fine with. I like it. Okay. Another trailer that came out that I really liked and did watch is Clayface.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That looks the exact amount of creepy that I wanted.
Yeah.
Don't know what the hell that actual movie's going to end up being at the end, but we've got confirmed that it's Hagen, and it looks like they're actually going to let him be Big Boy at some point
Mm-hmm.
toward the end of that trailer. So
Yeah. I
yeah,
really like that. That
yeah,
was a little twist at the end.
yeah. I love the like just success to cut his face up. They're doing all that perfect.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. No,
A lot of it looks practical
absolute
too,
idea.
interestingly. Like they're
Yeah.
using a lot of practical effects, which is
Well,
cool.
the part where he's in the airplane bathroom and he has to cut his lids open and stuff. Oh, it's Umbreon, you don't know where he could have hid that. If he had that hid inside something, he could have stopped it. We're not putting plot devices for that little bit on an airplane. But yeah, that's ugh. It looks so freaky.
Also, I know it probably won't mean much in the movie, but just the fact that they threw in the Vesuvius Club means we could be seeing Zatanna in the universe somewhere.
It could. And supposedly this is the guy that turns into the Clayface that we saw in Creature Commandos, supposedly.
Yep.
So, yeah. I'm excited. Who is playing him again?
Hold on. I want to make sure I'm pronouncing his last name correctly. Tom Rice Harries.
Okay. Gotcha. All right. Yeah, he looks like he's going to do a great job. I'm excited about that. All right. We have something that's a little bit different. Oh, wait. I had some other things. Hold on. We have some new... Where is it? We have some new... Where are they? Stuff from the Absolute Universe that got shown too.
Oh, yes.
And it looks awesome. So, we have some new looks at some Teen Titans, as well as some other people on the Batman end of things showing up. So, we have Absolute... If it's going to let me... Stop it! Professor Pig. We have Absolute Huntress and the Question,
Nice.
Nice.
because it is going to be Renee in this universe. We
Okay.
also got Absolute Cyborg.
Very cool.
It looks pretty cool. And Absolute Cheetah.
God damn.
Jeez. Wow. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah!
No, I like it.
Yeah. Also, the thing that everyone was like, yeah, she's really creepy. I'm like, yeah. She's got a mouth on the top of her head for some reason.
Oh God, yeah.
This freakazoid looking. Someone I was talking with is like, can you imagine? Because also, her skin is stretched out and entangled and within the cheetah form. If this is like an Attack on Titan situation where she like turns into cheetah, that would be fucking sick. She also apparently towers over Dinah like Joker kind of does for Batman.
Yeah, that seems to be what they're going for.
Yeah.
Which I like quite a bit. I love how just ridiculous the absolute universe has become. It looks so fucking cool. Okay, we have one minor thing. We don't talk about manga often, but I had to bring this up because it involves my girl and the guy who draws my girl because she got taken off of Crunchyroll recently. I've seen too many colleagues die in their 50s. Black Lagoon director Sano Katabushi reflects on the anime industry working conditions in Japan. It gets new dedicated insurance program. A new labor insurance program dedicated specifically to people working in the animation production in Japan was recently launched, aiming to provide freelancers with protection against workplace injuries and illness while improving health standards across the notoriously grueling anime industry. During the conference held on July 22nd, Japan's Ministry of Health, Labor, and Welfare, a veteran anime director, Suwano Katabuchi, talked about the significance of this project and the risks the anime staff is faced. The new insurance program established by Domestic Freelancer Association Artworkers Japan, is intended to offer a safety net for freelance animators, directors, and other production staff who are not formally employed by a company by providing compensation for any ailments sustained while working. Katabuchi, who is over 45 years of experience in the industry, commented, I've seen many senior colleagues die in their 50s while not necessarily as a result of direct workplace accidents. I believe the work certainly created an accumulation of both physical and mental fatigue. While noting that working conditions in the anime industry have improved at production companies, Katabuchi says that the increasing number of freelancers in the sector have created a blind spot when it comes to workers' health. He also suggests this is an important matter when it comes to preserving the future sustainability of anime, given that the veterans in their 50s and 60s make up a core of the current workforce, their eventual retirements followed by the further rise in freelancers, thus the need to provide such workers with the same improvements and sense of security enjoyed by salaried employees. When asked about potential AI and relieving the burden carried by the anime staff, Katabuchi said it would be ideal if AI could somehow contribute, but it expressed the fear of it being used to create a false belief that sophisticated content can be produced with minimal effort, thus causing production budgets to plummet. We must continue to create works that demonstrate the enduring value of hand-drawn animation. It's kind of crazy it took this long for them to be like, hey, our workers are dying at the drawing desk. Maybe we should get them insurance.
Yeah, I'm kind of shocked it's taken them how long has this anime industry been around? Like at least
60
50,
years?
60 years.
Something like that, yeah. But that's Japan. That's Japan workforces as a whole are just not great. But animation especially, you get paid fucking donuts to make some of the most profitable shit around the world. And it's not even the anime that's profitable. It's the stuff that's get made off of the anime that's profitable. Like, even voice acting, most of the people make their big dollars off of going to conventions, signing prints of the freaking things they do voices for.
Mm-hmm.
Which is ridiculous. The more I learn about that from talking to voice actors, it's fucking crazy. Yeah. Just wanted to bring that up because I thought it was really cool that was finally fucking happening. Alright, so I'm going to assume it was Mike. Put into the discussion topics here. What is your favorite odd couple Marvel team up in honor of Spider-Man Brand New Day? Sad part is, I cannot come up with one from Marvel off the top of my head, but I could come up with one from DC. And Mike, I think you know what it is.
Do I?
Oh, I know I've mentioned it on this fucking podcast before. In my opinion, to this day in superhero animation, they have never come up with a better pairing couple and work partners together than fucking Huntress and the Question from Justice League Unlimited.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You're not topping that in my opinion. I know we meant to say Marvel, but I can't get those two out of my head. They're so fucking good. They had them phone sexting in this show.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they did.
So what are you wearing? Orange socks, black slacks, purple trouser. It's like, you are really bad at this.
Oh yeah. This is a great episode.
that pairing together is the stuff of fucking beauty. But
oh yeah, it's the best. Plus, shout out to Amy Acker.
Yeah, but
voice
the
in
problem in Marvel, as far as like oddball put-togethers, I know there's a really great
anybody with Hercules.
Anybody with Hercules. There was a really good run with, I can't remember what it was, but Hawkeye was teaming up with Spider-Man for something, and they had a bitch fest about who had better burgers, and it ended up
amazing
having them deciding on Five Guys, and I was like, yes.
I mean, in some ways, like Deadpool and Spider-Man are kind of
I
was gonna
an
say
odd couple.
Spider-Man definitely.
They are an odd couple.
Huge odd couple. Spider-Man and Wolverine too are actually a pretty good team up.
Spider-Man and Wolverine are too. I just don't like to talk about the body swap where Wolverine was trying to get with the 16-year-old. But them together is great.
But them, without them doing weird shit like that.
And honest to God, great odd couple. Speaking of Spider-Man, I wish they would have done more with was Spider-Man and Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
They had a thing with them together where they damn near became a couple, and I really wish they actually would have did more with that. Because those two were great together. And on that same note, if I'm remembering correctly, Spider-Man and, what's her name? Bobby Mockingbird.
Mockingbird?
Yeah. Those two were really great together. There's some other ones. Rhodey and War Machine and Captain Marvel were another good kind of odd couple that worked really well because of the military backgrounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about movies. No Way Home with Doctor Strange and Peter Parker.
Oh, wait. One of my favorites from Infinity War, Thor and Rocket.
Those
Thor and Rocket.
Trying to think of some just not well-known oddball teams. Well, they are odd couples. If we're gonna do it, it's more so in the comics even than as a TV show. Daredevil and Punisher.
Yeah.
Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
Daredevil and Jessica Jones.
Kind of an interesting pairing.
They were an odd couple that I loved, but everybody else thought the show was shit because apparently they don't have good taste. Was She-Hulk and Daredevil.
Yeah, I like them together.
I had an issue with the show just for like some of its humor. I thought was not very good, but other than that, it was fine. It was as good as most of the Marvel series.
Moon Knight and Spider-Man.
That's a hell of an odd couple, honestly.
They are great together. Really trying to think. I'm blanking on any other, I'm trying to come up with less known ones, but I can't come up with a damn thing.
I mean, hell, if we want to take it back to both the movie and the comics, Cable and Deadpool.
Yeah.
That's a classic one.
That comic, by the way, was a solid series, solid book. If anybody is ever looking for something to read.
Unless anyone's got any other ones, I really don't have any.
I think we covered like pretty much the most recognizable ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, not an Odd Couple. One of my favorite interactions coming up with it was Ghost Rider and World War Hulk during World War Hulk.
Oh,
Ghost Rider one-shots him, takes him to the ground, and then when he goes to penance stare him, he realizes that he's actually not like guilty of anything, and he's in the right. He just walked away. Whooped World War Hulk's ass and walked away because he's like, no, you're fine.
Do you want to know one of my least favorite
Ooh.
Odd Couples in the comics? And it comes from one of my least favorite X-Men runs.
Uh-oh.
By one Chuck Austin.
Oh.
She-Hulk and Juggernaut.
Why is that a thing?
Wasn't that when she was
They
a
had
defense
sex
attorney?
and they broke the bed.
Well, that would have happened.
It
If
Oh.
they
would,
would
but
have.
it was just... I
You know,
don't understand it.
you know, that's a similar vibe of like during like Josh Whedon's like run where Kitty was with Colossus and she like phased through the ceiling and was wrapped in like a modesty sheet.
Oh, yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
Or, guys, now the most
I don't mind
appropriate-
Kitty and Colossus, but...
The most appropriate
yeah.
team, the most appropriate hookup was in the Ultimates universe with Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, our favorite odd couple.
Oh.
While Wolverine watched them, because you know that was needed.
I mean, to be fair, that's in canon with Logan's character, because I mean, that's basically his whole relationship with Jean and Scott.
Yes, but it didn't involve incest.
Well, no.
That's the part I'm most concerned about. You can be a voyeuristic as much as you want. It shouldn't involve incest.
I still say Krakoa was the best because Hickman was just like, you know what? They're just going to be in a throuple. It's fine.
Sweet home Alabama with the banjo on my knee.
I mean, Wolverine and Scott and Jean were just going to be a throuple. That's what I meant. Not the other three.
That's what I'm saying. You know, for Cyclops, you know, that works for him. You know, he needs to figure shit out.
It works. Yeah.
To be fair,
I don't think that they were ever...
bit of a
like,
man whore.
I don't know that Scott and Logan ever did the thing
I would
during that
imagine
time,
not.
but it was definitely Logan and Jean were definitely doing a thing, and Scott didn't mind. They were drinking beers. They were like buddies. It was fine. I was like, you know what? That's truth right there.
I found out recently that like Psylocke has dated a good chunk, dated, been
Mm-hmm.
with, or done the happy dance with a good chunk of the Scott Summers,
Yes.
bloodline.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that until someone was like, yeah, she's also with, I think it's Rachel now? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh,
Okay.
Betsy is, I think, maybe.
Betsy, yeah.
Yeah, so not like
Yeah.
Quanon, or Quanon, however you pronounce her name.
Yeah. Which Quanon, who's now Psylocke, because she's now... Man, when
Yeah.
I started looking
That's
into
his
shit
Captain
and
Britain
I
now.
realized that Psylocke's backstory got even more fucked up in the
Mhm.
recent comics. I'm like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they actually split them apart now.
yeah,
They're like,
which she became Captain Britain, and
yeah,
then
she's
the
Captain
girl
Britain. She's
that,
Captain Britain now.
where she was dead for a while, and then her reality warpy brother brought her back, and then her body split, and then she
You know,
kept
like you
an
do.
eternity into her head when she defeated, and it's like,
You know what I was against? That was something in the comics that not a lot of people, like a lot of people seemed on board with it, but I was kind of against it. When they started calling Kitty Kate
when did that happen?
during the Krakoa stuff, like they were actively trying to get people to refer to her as Kate Pride and not Kitty Pride anymore.
No.
No.
And I was like, that rubs me so freaking wrong because man, I don't know. Like I know that she was called Kate in Days of Future Past when she was older. So they were trying to say that, like, okay, she's maturing as a character, I guess. But like, I don't know. To me, she's always Kitty. She'll never not be Kitty. And now, since Brevoort took over, since Tom Brevoort took over as the group editor, he brought back Kitty as her primary nom de guerre.
As you should.
As you should.
Yeah, we don't need to do that. Anyway, all right. Unless anyone has anything, I think that is...
Hold on, quick question, since we kind of brought up Brand New Day.
Mm-hmm.
How much money do you think this will make in its opening weekend?
I don't know. The fucking box office estimates are anywhere from $400 million to $1 billion.
I'd say. Would you say 125 million is too conservative?
Yes.
Yeah.
I could honestly see that thing making damn near $500 million opening weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly globally. I think domestically,
Yeah.
maybe it'll be around 140-ish.
I could see it making
domestically. I'll be honest, and I know this isn't playing on nostalgia the same way No Way Home was, but I still think anything below 200 million is lowballing it.
Yeah, regardless, it's gonna make a metric ass load of money.
I mean, it's the first. Basically, it's like, if you're not counting Spider-Verse, it's like the first new Spider-Man film in 4 years.
5 years.
No, No Way Home came out in 22.
Nope, that was December 21.
Oh, you're right.
Wow. Barely beat it. Huh. That came out in December?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it did.
Wow.
Yeah,
My
yeah, I
brain
think
at
it
the
got-
time when that came out is mixed
Yeah,
up.
because I think it got delayed, and then everything with COVID, it ended up moving to December.
Okay. Wow.
Because that was one of the first things. Because Spider-Man was like the first big, we're back from COVID movies.
Huh.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
don't remember that being in December. Huh. Anyway, no, it's gonna make a lot. All right. Also, I guess we should do it since it's going to be. Most of us, I would assume, are going to have seen it by the time we record this podcast next.
Mm-hmm.
What are our final bets on who Sadie Sink is?
I think she's Hope Summers.
It's Hope Summers. I think she's Rachel.
I mean, she's either one of them. Like, that would make the most sense. But I'm not sure if they have the balls to say that she's just not an alternate form of Jean.
Well, it's a character we haven't seen apparently on X-Men 97. Because she's going to be.
I think it's Rachel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Hope might be too esoteric, but I think that she is going to be Hope. But it could be Rachel very well. You guys could be right.
I think it's going to be Rachel because I think it'd be more known if they're going to do someone who's not Jean.
Mm-hmm.
I think just the ballsiest thing ever would be to make everybody think that it's going to be one of them and it ends up being Firestar.
That would be hilarious.
I would actually love it if it's Firestar. I think that would be like the greatest, like, fucking swerve.
Or like, who even would be... No. Oh, what was her name? What was Mary Jane's jackpot?
Jackpot?
Could you
Oh my
imagine?
God.
If that's an
Oh,
alternate
she's Jackpot.
version Mary Jane. It's
Oh
Jackpot.
my God.
And they've just been making her dress like Jean to fuck with us.
That'd
See, so
actually be fucking funny.
Here's the thing. Here's the reason why I think it's Hope. Because Hope has the whole, like, power, sort of, like, she can what's the word that I'm looking for? Enhance. She can enhance other people's powers, right? Other mutants' powers, technically. We know that Peter's not technically a mutant, but maybe in this version of the story she could enhance his powers if they're going with the 6-armed spider being thing, whatever the hell, So I don't know. That's the reason why I kind of think that it's Hope. But I also don't think it's Hope because, as you guys said, like people would know Rachel more, so maybe they could just change Rachel and like shift her to like have not only the telekinetic, telepathic stuff, but also like a bit of power manipulation, perhaps,
Yeah,
or
and
reality manipulation.
I don't know if they're getting their stuff so much enhanced versus being fucked with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, like,
Maybe.
Banner just gets shown to, like, be freaky and angry. And, like, the only real other person with powers, I think unless I'm blanking, isn't the only two people with technical powers that we know of Peter and the Hulk?
Yeah. I think so.
The Punisher just starts sprouting guns out his side.
Yeah, I am now gun.
Let me tell you something.
He just has the onomatopoeia of "let me tell you something" like behind his head.
The guns are firing, and you just hear it. It's just John Berthel saying, "Let me tell you
Let me
something."
tell you something. Let me 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 tell you something. Like it's gotten so
I
bad
kind of
that
want this to happen now.
It's like, wasn't there a gun like that in Borderlands that like?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, there was.
That'd be so fucking funny. Like, apparently, he even says the line in the Odyssey, for Christ's sake. And it's in a very important
Let me
scene,
tell you
apparently.
something.
Let me tell you something, Odysseus.
Let me tell you, boy. Let me tell you.
Oh, man.
Oh, good lord. Alright, yeah, man. Okay, so, my actual bet is Rachel,
Okay.
who I want, for the shits and giggles of it, to be an alternate version of Mary Jane.
Yes. She's just jackpot the entire time.
Just jackpot.
Like her powers are just on the fritz, and that's why she's all like ashamed and like hiding.
Because isn't
Man,
it, if I
that
remember
would
correctly,
be the greatest troll.
doesn't she just get a... God, I can't remember.
Well, because technically MJ's not even Mary Jane in this, right?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
Michaela.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it's
so, like,
Michelle.
Michelle Jones is her
Oh, sure.
name.
But
Oh, that's,
either
sorry, you're
way,
right.
technically we don't have a Mary Jane, so that would be fucking crazy.
So Sadie Sink being Mary Jane would just be hilarious, actually.
Because we technically then, because outside of Michelle Jones, we have not gotten a Mary Jane in a movie, live action, since the third Maguire movie.
Yeah.
We were supposed to, and there were scene shots for the second Amazing Spider-Man movie, but we never got them.
Yeah.
Because if
Technically,
everybody
we haven't had
remembers,
Mary
it was going to be
Shailene Woodley.
Shailene Woodley, yeah. Which
That's
I actually
right.
thought wasn't a bad shout for that version of Mary
not
Jane.
really.
No.
What
Yeah,
happened
like-
to her?
The detergent, Revergent, whatever movies went to shit, and her career
yeah.
just kind of went...
Her
because
career just kind of like fell
did-
off the face of the earth.
Didn't it happen to where, like, they were okay, but then they spiraled off, and then they wanted to make the last one a TV series or something, and she went, no, fuck it, I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much because they just kind of like fucked it over, and yeah, that whole thing was a shit show. I can't believe Divergent was a fucking thing.
I just remember John Schnepp's, like, insurgent, divergent, detergent. I miss John Schnepp. I miss John Schnepp so much.
Should have been a
Same.
fourth movie called Detergent.
That's what he's at. That was what was going off of, man. Fuck. Alright. We will reconvene when we actually know who the fuck she is. It'd be really funny if she was just a new character.
Oh my god.
All of
The
this
amount of
mystery for
swerves they could
nothing.
do with her. Really good.
So awesome. God, I'm just trying to think of what other fucking characters she could be. Because they don't care about hair color. We haven't had a person's natural hair color matter.
Wasn't
Out
one of the
girl.
jackpots, like, wasn't one of them not Mary Jane? It was somebody else.
I don't know. I didn't know there was other jackpots.
I think there was. There was one that had like a complete. She was like a completely different character that had a different power set and everything.
It could be.
Like she didn't have the thing that Paul made her.
Yeah. What if she's Screwball?
Oh, what if she's Screwball? Oh my god.
And she's a stupid live streamer that sets up weird obstacle courses.
God.
This is one of the worst characters. Oh my god.
Wasn't the Screwball Liz Allen?
Was it?
Let me see.
Screwball alter ego. Screwball?
Liz Allen, yeah.
It was Liz Allen. God, it's so weird.
It's crazy.
Which we could get Screwball because they've had Liz Allen in these movies. Remember when she existed for one movie?
And then just
One?
disappeared into the ether.
Yeah, a part of one of a plot twist that involved one of my favorite moments in a car between two characters ever in a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. That scene would not have been the same if that would have been Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Yeah, no, that
would have.
You couldn't have had that scene if it was him, in my opinion.
No.
It doesn't work the same way. Alright, anyway, we're gonna get on out of here.
Just launched into a rap about don't mess with my daughter.
He would have.
Please don't mess with my daughter,
He's like,
man. Don't mess with my daughter.
Have you
Or I'll
ever
shoot you.
Have you ever watched Hamilton?
I've heard it is, in fact, quite good.
It's quite good. There's been many things written about it. Alright, we are gonna get on out of here, and yeah, we don't need to do more about that. Alright, Mike, where can everybody find you?
You guys can find me on various social media sites at Captain K42. You can check out my quick thoughts on letterboxd.com/CoachK42. And you can follow Renegade Pop Culture on Facebook and Blue Sky at Renegade Pop Culture. You can also find us on Twitch at twitch.tv/Renegade Pop Culture, YouTube at Renegade Pop Culture or Organized Zero. You can find us on Podchaser. Consider supporting our Patreon at patreon.com/Renegade Pop Culture. Listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. And last but not least, everything can be found at renegadepopculture.com. You need to escape? So do we.
All right, speaking of renegadepopculture.com, you can follow me at crazylemur.bsky.social. I'm also on Instagram at lemurs1. And then I have a new episode of Play Crap featuring 3Dev Adam, also new on the site today, courtesy of Kiona here. We have a couple new episodes of the Renegade Animation Podcast. We are slowly updating it. We've just all been crazy busy. So if you want to hear about Annecy or, me suffering through a really bad Turksploitation film, check it out there.
That's a term. When I'm not working unbelievably fucking crazy hours, I'm going to get off my lazy ass and finally start uploading the podcast on there. All right, Kiona, where can everybody find you?
You can still find me on the Twitter at Neoplasmic24, also on Instagram and Threads at Neoplasmic81, and also on Twitch and Blue Sky at Neoplasmic. And sadly, not on Noah Centineo's frequently called list.
Aww.
Sad panda.
One day. We'll get
One
there.
day.
One day.
I'll live the dream.
Yes. You can find me ever at Organized Zero, mainly on Twitch and YouTube. Fuck UPS. But that's besides the point.
Indeed.
What we were talking about earlier. If you're into cosplay and the like, you can find me on my Instagram over at Organized Zero. If by any chance somehow somebody watching this is going to be at 2DCon next month, that will be the next convention that I will be at until the end of the year when I finally get to meet Johnny Boy himself at Twin Cities Con. But until then, we will see all of you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.